Skadoosh, you are now watching a bunch of beautiful people on Heavyweight Gaming Channel. Welcome.
Are they watching a different stream?
Yeah, they've got their separate monitor open. So, welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. Please let me know if the audio goes bad, good, etc. throughout the stream. I am using something called Sirenscape, which is really good for background music and ambient music for people that are doing a lot of tabletops, whether in person, over the Tinterweb, etc. So, that may vary in volume if it does. If it suddenly goes ridiculously loud, please let me know and I will alter it as quickly as I can. But hopefully it's just ambiance in a Spanish accent for the moment. So, we are...
Yorkshire accent doesn't mean it's going badly.
We are playing Carbon 2185, which is a cyberpunk RPG based on the OGL 5th ed rule system and has a few of its own tweaks thrown in there. It was created by Dragon Turtle Games. The writer Robert is a cracking chap. You can go see some of his interviews on on YouTube even, and when it got kick-started at the end of last year, 24 hours done, smashed all its stretch goals, absolutely amazing. So if you're into 5th ed, you're at the tabletop and you're into cyberpunk, I cannot recommend Carbon 2185 enough. On that, if you go to their website at www.dragonturtlegames.com, which it will pop up in the chat throughout, and use the code WAIT with a capital W, you will get a 10% discount. So make sure you go do that and on their website. If you want to follow all the Heavyweight Gaming shenanigans, you can see at the bottom of the stream Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram and Patreon, where you can literally just go to any of those apps or browser if you're doing it on your desktop, and you can find us at pretty much Heavyweight Gaming or Heavyweight. You'll get to us. So follow them, see what we're getting up to. Comment, throw abuse, we'll throw it back. Be a good laugh. If you wish to support Heavyweight Gaming as a bunch of geeks just doing stuff together, or the Twitch stream or anything like that, then you can do so by subscribing to Twitch if you so wish. If you are an Amazon Prime customer, you get a free monthly sub that you can gift to a Twitch channel. It doesn't, it's not a direct debit or anything like that. Amazon pay it. If you're not using it and you wish to put it somewhere, we will happily take it. If you wish to support us through Patreon, you can subscribe. It's a tiered system on Patreon. You can go there. You can be a mini-weight, lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight. Hey, see what I did? And your contribution, we will reward we reward our Patreons with a 5th edition e-magazine that is based on our homebrew world of Colossus, which is very much heavily leaning towards your fantasy side of things, and again uses the OGL 5e system. And it's compatible with your Dungeons and Dragons games, if that's what you play. So yes, all that lovely gubbins. The magazine is called Arcane Script. Dragon Turtle Games are sponsoring the stream. Go use the WAIT code if you want a discount. Sawdust and Swear Words, another sponsor. Brilliant woodcrafters. If you go look for them on Facebook at Sawdust and Swear Words, you will go to their Facebook page and you will see all the weird and wonderful they make. They make some very nice dice cups, bowls, candle holders, pens. Today he made a very nice covering for his clock, so that was quite cool. So yes, Sawdust and Swear Words. Under Sawdust and Swear Words you can see Ruffworx Creative, which are another friend of the show, ourselves, years we have known them, and Nick at Ruffworx makes a lot of wood and leather armour, dice trays. They're not very smooth polished dice trays, they are very raw and rustic dice trays. Go and have a look. Again, Ruffworx Creative, find them on Facebook. You can see, just go into the photos and you'll see all the stuff that they're all doing. You will also see that Thornless Rose is sat on the overlay. Between ourselves and Thornless Rose, if you go to our Twitter at heavy_weight, you will see the pinned tweet. We are doing a giveaway. All you have to do is like the tweet, follow the Twitter, follow Heavyweight and retweet the tweet. And in that, comment on either your favourite name dice that Thornless Rose does, or come up with a new name yourself. We will pick a winner next Wednesday, and the winner will get a leather dice rolling tray and some dice from Thornless Rose herself. and you can see photos on the tweet of the leather dice trays that you will get. They are stunning little leather scroll case type things. So yes, go and have a look at that if you're into dice. All of that, I believe, is all my special announcements done, and that's lovely, jubbly. Yes, cool. On with the sesh. So, we will go around the players. Oh my god. That I must change right now.
Has he noticed?
I think he might have noticed.
Well, that none of your names are on. Oh, it's because, for some reason, I had to change the overlay. Nif. Yeah,
Is
just
that command
saying.
to restart? Sorry, mate.
So, you should all now be able to see their names. So, in the top, we have James playing Alex, give us a wave.
Hey!
We have Roberto playing Sparks, give us a wave. We have Nath playing Jean, give us a wave. And Niall playing Chase, give us a wave. If you've never played this before, ask questions in the chat, and our players, if they have the opportunity, will answer them. I won't.
Just to help next week, AD, I'll wear my JCBD t-shirt.
Yes. I'll text him, see if he fancies doing a guest appearance.
You never know. You never know.
Well, like that, meaning. Like that. So yeah, that's the players. Recap of the last couple of weeks. They were originally given a task by the Sons of Chaos to deliver a sniper rifle to a gentleman called Bison, who was a lovely chap, and I had lots of fun playing. They successfully delivered the rifle to Bison, and in doing so discovered that there was more than meets the eye in what was going on around their little party. Some of those bullet points were Chase had a synth called Chase that was almost his identical, pottering around with a super nice maintenance mech that had been souped up. They had discovered that the Sons of Chaos, Bison, the Sweet Shop, a private mercenary company, all seem to be butting heads somewhere in the shadows, on the streets, etc. And the gang are trying to figure out who's what, when and why. They left after quite a nice night at Bison's. They left Bison's, they delivered their sniper rifle, they got their money. They wanted to meet up with this bad Chase, good guy, doppelganger Chase. They spoke to him, arranged to meet him. When he never showed up at the spot, they gave him a phone call. And who answered was someone they'd previously met, a chrome-wearing, like, catsuit with angelic chrome wings and long pink hair. And her name is Cherry Bonbon. She's one of the Sweet Shop mercenaries. And the party have decided to meet her on that building over there, after she killed Chase. So, you are still...
Not me, just FYI.
The doppelganger. So you, players, are currently outside one of the many Master Wong noodle shops. You just let her know to meet her on the building GPS not far from your location. And you had a couple of hours to kill, as you asked to meet her at 4 PM, I believe.
Yep, that's right. And I think
Believe
we've
so.
killed about half an hour already.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had a phone call with the Sons of Chaos,
you did.
and we found out we were lied to.
A lot.
And we
A lot.
found out the
Yeah, and you've just spent a lot of money on
some nice shiny revolvers.
guns you can't use.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
should have probably put that in the
Yes.
recap.
That's not relevant for the recap. It's fine. It's fine.
Do you want
No,
me
it's
to
not
have a
relevant
moment?
for the recap, it's relevant for the session.
Because
Yeah.
on that moment when Jean tries to fire it, he knew.
They're a bargaining chip, is what they are.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a bit of leverage.
Ludicrously expensive bargain chip. Anyway, I believe
You've
Sean
got to
has a
speculate to
plan.
accumulate.
Bargaining chip sounds a lot like
Oh
liability.
man, with a plan.
So, what do you wish to do? You've got a couple of hours to plan.
Right, so...
I do
so-
apologise.
so-
I do apologise. Due to illness, we do not have Jake with us. Ian, played by Ian, who normally plays Jake, our street samurai. He's currently ill, so he will be missing this session, just in case you are wondering.
But we hope you get better soon and
We
see
do
you next
indeed.
week.
Get well soon.
Kisses.
Don't
Hope
leave
to
that
see you
street
soon.
samurai.
We'll try not to get the entire party murdered.
And we
TPK! Impossible, because one player isn't here.
We also
You say that, what?
Watch
Text him.
Watch us.
we also did warn Jake not to have a second box of noodles, and I think that's what did Jake in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Those noodles be dangerous.
So, back to Jean, you were saying, sorry.
No, you're right. So I was just going to do a quick summary of what I think we know and don't know. So we know, based on the information we've had provided to us, we know that fake Chase, stole the rifle from Cherry Bonbon. We know that fake Chase gave that rifle to the Sons of Chaos. We know that we were asked by the Sons of Chaos to deliver that rifle to Bison. We know that the Sons of Chaos did a hit on a 16k triad guy, or arranged for a hit on a 16k triad guy, and his guns ended up in Bison's possession, but the Sons of Chaos claim they don't know where they are, and that the 16k triad want those guns back. We've now bought those guns. Whoops.
Not whoops.
We know that Cherry Bonbon wants the gun back, and is basically coming to meet us to try and negotiate for its location. We don't think the Sons of Chaos in any way, shape or form have deliberately screwed us over.
No, I think
But
they're
we-
the only ones who've been. I think they're the light in the darkness at the moment.
We've been lied to by Bison, and we've been lied to by Chase. We're not actually sure we've been lied to by Cherry Bonbon, but she clearly is happy to kill us to get what she wants.
Let's just recap where we are right now. So as far as I understand it, our contact in the Sons of Chaos is happy for us to go over and spend the night there as a safe house, pick up some new work, see what they've got going on. We haven't mentioned any of the shenanigans to him whatsoever, but he's expecting us back that evening. But in the meantime, you've arranged to meet the lovely Cherry, who has the old Chaser's body in the mech at an unknown location.
Yeah.
And she's bringing a friend.
And she's bringing a friend. So, as far as I understand it, our plan as of last week was to meet up with Cherry, see how that goes down, and then depending on the fallout of that situation, hook up with the Sons of Chaos in the evening and see what's crack-a-lacking.
I mean, I'm personally hoping that she brings Mike Mallow.
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh dear.
What? Do you want a list?
Don't worry, we've got three combatants.
Well, you need 3 combatants. We've got 4 of us.
I'm gonna throw a computer at them.
You can pull a trigger.
I think we already covered this. You know how to use the gun.
Yeah, you can use this
I've
one
got-
if you want.
Shh. Right, are we? Do we have anything we need to do, ladies and gentlemen, before we meet up with Cherry?
Not really. I think
Is
the
there
whole
anyone you
point
need to
was
send a letter to, just in case?
my manufacturer. No, it's all right.
My thoughts is this: if she's coming and bringing a friend, if we can potentially find a location where we can see nearby rooftops, we can see all the angles. There's not an easy way for a third party to be watching over goings on.
Well, so the location I gave was that warehouse over the street. I mean, it's not going to be easy to get oversight on it. It is. Alex, did you speak when we spoke to Cherry? Does she actually know you exist yet? I mean, other than the fact you shot her.
I believe so.
Other than the fact that this unit tagged her with a GPS signal tracker, no, I was not part of your group at the time, and I do not believe that she spotted me. Because even after shooting her with a GPS tracker, this unit was then able to hide successfully back in the crowd.
Belief
When we
is
rang
a
her, though-
wonderful word.
When we were on the phone, didn't she mention there was 5 of us?
I can't remember.
That seems like the sort of thing I should have written down.
just going to go back and watch last week's video?
Yeah, give me. Hold that thought for 2 hours.
Yeah, can anyone who watched last week's video tell us?
So I wrote it down. So.
Do we have a plan of action? Okay, we don't need a play-by-play, but do we have a general way of how we're approaching this meeting? Are we looking to keep it friendly? Are we looking to be hostile? What are we looking to get out of it other than just not be shot in the face?
Be friendly, one.
Currently, my goal is not get shot in the face, and anything else is a bonus.
So then the question becomes, what we're willing to do.
Are we willing to give up Bison?
We,
Cherry wants the rifle.
if she pays us for information, she is paying us to do something. We could give hints without having to dop him in too much.
I think she knows. I think I'm 99% certain she already knows. I think she wants us to go get it back off Bison. I mean, ultimately, I think we should appeal to the fact that she's a mercenary. Similar line of work to us. Okay, maybe a bit higher budget, but we're just hired sellswords. We're just hired messengers, same as she is. She surely can respect the fact we were just doing a job for pay and the details and who it belonged to. We didn't ask the question because that's what professionals do. We just do what we're paid to do.
This unit is slightly confused about the current situation. You have addressed the fact that she wishes to retain the sniper rifle. However, upon confronting you, her first action was not to request the sniper rifle, but was first to throw a grenade, then drop some TB units, and then fly off back towards Sector 4. This does not strike me as someone that wishes to request the return of the rifle.
At the time, though, she knew we had it. She could have killed us and just took it back. I think she felt more insulted that somebody had stolen it and just assumed maybe we were part of the crew that stole it.
Personal.
But she didn't hang around to see if the TB units were successful in your extermination.
I'm guessing she was probably trying to test us.
Would we be in the same situation? Would we want to start a firefight in the middle of the public and give up our identities?
She also still knew somehow that Chase is the one that actually stole it and managed to track him down and kill him.
Yeah. I think ultimately with this, we don't have the gun. Killing us doesn't achieve anything. It doesn't get her anywhere closer to a goal. So killing us, literally all it does is risk her. Fighting us puts her at risk for no gain. She may have an idea where the gun is, but we know for definite. We've got that bit of information. We know where the gun is. We've got an easy into Bison's lair if we need it. I think if we keep the Sons of Chaos out of it as much as we possibly can and just say, we got hired by an undisclosed organisation, deliver the goods. I'm sure you've done delivery tasks as well. We didn't ask any questions. We didn't know who it belonged to. We just did the work. I'm sure she's done similar. If she wants it back, that's something I'm sure she's more than capable of doing herself. Or if she wants to talk work and talk contracts, then why not?
So what we're going to try and do, we're going to offer to get it back for her for pay?
I don't think so. I think that's up to her to offer. I think she's more than capable herself. I'm not willing to give up Bison because our credibility is our work. We're hired guns, we're hired...
Well, we've only got one. Well, okay. So where do we go with the conversation? So what, we say, yeah, we'll go and get it back, and then what, we go and ask Bison?
I don't think we say we get it back. I agree. I think we literally just appeal to the fact that she's a merc like us, and we were just doing a job like I'm sure she's done, and we didn't know or ask, we didn't ask questions. I'm sure she doesn't ask questions, and she does work for people.
Yeah, but then she's just going to shoot and torture us until one of us
For
tells
what?
her.
What did she gain by killing us?
The location of the rifle.
She already knows it.
No, she suspects it.
She hinted effectively she knew the location, so...
She wouldn't be coming to meet us if she didn't need that confirming in some way, shape or form.
That's the thing.
Right now we have information that she wants.
Exactly.
I don't think she's going to turn up and just kill us. However, there is another option, which is she turns up and we kill her, because as Alex pointed out, she had no compunctions about doing that to us.
Do you think we can realistically fight her and a mate and win?
Yes.
We don't know what she's capable of, other than, okay, grenade's a grenade. I don't like him any more than anyone else, don't get me wrong, but it's not an
We
accurate.
took down those 4 bots of hers really quite easily.
We
So
know
far-
that she is an exceptional hacker, as she was able to stop you from hacking the phone that she was using that wasn't even her own.
So am I. Doesn't mean I'm shit in a fight.
No, I'm just satisfying what she can currently do. We know she is a good hacker.
We haven't seen her fight at all. We have no idea what she's capable of. What she works for a top end mercenary crew, basically. Like we don't know who she's bringing. We don't know. We know the location. That's it. We just don't know what to expect in a fight. I'd rather not.
There's going to be 2 of them.
Sparks.
I'd rather.
At least 2 of them.
The wings that she uses to fly, could you disable them in a way by hacking, or is it literally attached to her?
It's from what I get, from what I understand, and my augment knowledge is limited. Especially something that I know it's a high level. I know it's something really premium, and it must have cost her a fortune. But they're basically surgically grafted in and controlled as part of the body. It's not
Do you
like a
think you
jet.
could? Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think you could interrupt the signal so they stop working so she can't take off?
I mean, I can give it a go. I know for a fact I can knock out any comms they have in the area. I know that I can blow their hoods up so they can't see for a while, or limit their vision for a while, or I can cause them some harm through damaging their chips. In terms of disabling a certain augment, it's not something I've ever tried, to be honest. Worst case scenario, could give it a go. I think it might be better if one of you tries to damage them, if it comes to that.
It was just a thought that I had. If it comes to it, she'll obviously try and use her flight to her advantage. If we can disable that,
What's
So-
the willingness to fight? What's everyone's thoughts on fighting?
if it comes to it, we've got no option. I will fight, but I would rather not.
That's the same as me. How about you, Unit Alex?
This unit has no correspondence towards either being positive or negative into a fight. Will simply defend itself unless the team decides that it wishes to go into a fight, at which point it will lay out an analysis.
It's like, if we do end up fighting and whatnot, yeah, that goes down the sewer. But if we can somehow come out with a way that's beneficial to both us and her, we could effectively use her as a contact down the
agree.
line.
If we fight, it goes 3 ways. 1, we die. 2, we win, and then we have the rest of the sweet shop potentially out to get us. We don't know how big or how deep or how high that goes. Or 3, she gets away, and then we've still got her now pissed off looking for us with all the resources of her guild. With her.
We also have to factor in here that Alex has got a contract on what is probably another member of the sweet shop that the
That's
Sons of
not-
Chaos have given us.
That's not necessarily anything to do with the other 4 of us.
True, except the fact that he's now our mate, right? So, and the other thing to factor in here, right, is what do you think we're negotiating her with if we're not willing to give up Bison? Because if there ain't nothing, if we're not willing to give Bison up,
You're not
part of the
thinking
deal.
you not think just appealing to the common sense and the way business works in mercenary guilds is going to be enough.
Why do we call what? We called her to basically have the same conversation we already tried with her.
We didn't really have a conversation with her per se.
Yeah, we did. She knew what
So-
we had. She knew what we were delivering. She
Does it-
suspected where we were delivering it to. Basically, what we've offered her at the moment and dangled in front of her is the fact that we can tell her where it's gone. There's nothing else we have that she wants.
we will-
If we're then not willing to give her that information, she's just going to turn around and try and kill us. Well,
Three
drop
three-
us
three
and
lines
then
in
torture the information out of us.
3 lines in the sand. First line, do we give up Bison as the person? Second line, do we agree to go and get it back, and then we can either be diplomatic about that or otherwise? Or 3, are we willing to shoot first?
What do you mean by diplomatic or otherwise if we go get it back?
If we go to Bison, it might not have to end in violence. We might be able to procure it back.
I don't
Trade-
think he'll
trade
give us
it. Trade it for a free contract, trade it for a job, whatever it might be. We might be.
Bison's clearly got beef with the sweet shop over something. You saw how his partner was reacting, right? You know, his partner was not happy about all the information he was dropping about the sweet shop and was clearly worried about the sweet shop going after Bison. What we're
If we-
basically saying here is, are we willing to bring if we bring the sweet shop down on top of Bison, it takes one problem, it takes 2 problems away. 1, we never have to worry about Bison coming back after us because the sweet shop will probably annihilate him. And 2, we don't piss off the sweet shop. Then the only thing we've got to worry about is the fact that we're a little bit out of pocket.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I can see it, that's our ideal outcome. I hold no love for Bison's babes and the rest of them. Like, ultimately, I think the sweet shop poses competition to us, and we'll need addressing at some point or another. But if Bison and the sweet shop kill half of each other for us,
Well,
might take some pressure off of us for a while.
Well, basically, what I'm saying is, let's see what she is willing to offer for us to give up Bison.
That's
You
fair.
know, and we have to be.
What are we willing to accept?
Yeah, exactly, right. And then we can have that conversation based on what she's willing to offer. Yeah, because if
What-
her offer's a joke, then we can laugh her out of this place, and then we end up in a fight, and we do our damnedest to put her down.
I think the mech should be part of the deal by far.
We've also got these 2 guns.
If we take the mech,
We probably need to get rid of.
taking the mech just adds more stolen property to our list. That just gives more reason for people to come after us. I'm quite happy.
We know who the mech is. We also know the mech's an in, right, as well, and that's more information we can potentially give to her or use to our advantage.
I'm quite happy to trade Sweet Shop calling off the guns off of us in exchange for Bison's location. We don't get involved with the actual getting it back. We literally confirm where it is in return for a ceasefire, and then when the time comes,
I think we get more than a ceasefire.
when the time comes, Alex has got his contract. We're going to end up drawing guns against these guys at some point. I'd just rather do it on our terms later down the line than now.
Well, I don't disagree with that, but I think we can get more than a ceasefire right now, right? I mean, if we're going to give up Bison,
So what do we
we're
want?
basically giving up a 500k contract. She's just done us over on a 500k contract.
So what do you think? 500k and the ceasefire?
I think that should be the starting part.
We want what it would cost us for the mission. We want what Bison. Do we let her know that Bison's got a hit out on her?
Bison hasn't necessarily got a hit out on her.
What did Bison want the money for? The mech and
Yeah,
Chase.
Mech and Chase.
He doesn't know Chase is dead. So let's just say.
Chase is dead right now.
So her killing Chase has screwed us out of $500,000.
Yeah.
We want that
'cause
back.
He said that he wanted both Chase alive and the mech. Otherwise, don't bring out back.
Or do we just write that off as a lost contract because we can't do anything about that regardless?
Well, we can seek compensation from the person that made us lose $500,000.
She didn't know that at the time, though, did she? She didn't know.
Doesn't
we had
matter.
money.
What we
I don't
say
think
to
so.
her is that we're $500,000 out of pocket, and therefore she pays us the $500,000, and we will tell her the location of the sniper rifle and
Do
the
we-
person that's holding it and their tactical layout.
Exactly.
Do we want a ceasefire as part of that?
I think the ceasefire is almost irrelevant. I mean, because she can promise that, but I wouldn't believe her even if she did.
No, but if it buys us at least a little bit of time, then we can get back to this chaos and see if
The
what they know.
time that it's going to buy us is the fact that she's going to then go off and sort out
That's fair.
Bison. That is more than enough time for us to get back to the holdings of the Chaos Gang.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm thinking
So-
then once we're back with chaos, then we can kind of talk next steps and what we do from there, I guess.
So I guess that only leaves for me one real question then. Well, 2 real questions. I guess one is going to take point in the talking.
I'm not great with people.
I am not great with people. It looks like you are the talker, John.
Okay.
I'm thinking Alex is best set up as not being closed. Alex is kind of our ace in the hole if things go south. If we have some sort of... If you have a word that comes up in conversation that is our
Trigger.
go red, I can blow their comms out, hopefully buys a bit of time for Alex and Chase to strike, should it come to that.
Okay. What word are we going for?
It's your conversation.
Humbug.
So it's interesting you say that, because that's my other question is, she's bringing a friend. What's your position, Alex? If said friend ended up being called Humbug.
If said friend is Humbug, the contract still stands. I won't
We need to
I
know
won't-
where you...
I won't allow you to put yourselves in danger of it, but as soon as you are out of harm's way, I will take the shot.
At this point, are you not associated with us enough to the point where your actions give us group consequences? Is Alex there?
Yes, sorry, just computing your query.
I thought he froze.
Goddamn
Reboot the
roleplayers.
synth. Reboot the synth. I'm happy for you to
This
fulfill your
synth is
contract.
unsure of street credit between this group and myself. However, doing one job of dropping off a sniper rifle may very well entail that we are now a group together. However,
not
if this is the case, you should probably be aware that this city, and they'll indicate the area around them, does not care for individual duality, therefore will probably terminate you at any point. If we are going to live together, then you must realise that your morals and scruples should probably remain here and will indicate the flaw.
My argument is this, that even though we might not share the same morals and contracts, in the eyes of others, it's one and the same. If we're around you and you open fire on Humbug, we may as well pull the trigger ourselves, as far as they're concerned. We just need to accept the consequences that if you go through with trying to take down that, if you take a shot on Humbug, it means Cherry's going to come try and fight us again. I would rather make an agreement with you that during this meeting and hopefully the subsequent dealings with Bison, you hold off on the contract. Don't ignore it, but we come back to it a little bit later once this problem's off our plate. And then, should it come to it, we'll see if we can assist you with the contract. In agreement that you hold off on this engagement.
Have you got a time limit on the contract for Humbug?
No stated time.
No state.
If we have an agreement between us now that you don't pull a trigger or you don't try and assassinate them today in this engagement.
If it's Humbug that comes up, if he turns up afterwards, whatever. But if it's Humbug she brings, just say, not right now, we'll come back to it.
You have my word that I'll help you deal with it should the time come, provided you hold off until she goes after Bison, all being well.
Understood. A stay of execution will be attempted, unless harm is brought to the ones known as John, Sparks, or Chase. John, who seems to be looking off into the middle distance.
Okay.
If it all kicks off, we take these bitches down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So, I feel utterly unprepared, outgunned, and out of my depth in this one. So, are we?
The next thing I'd suggest we do is go over to the warehouse and literally scope it out.
Does
find
anyone
the best place where to set up if need be?
Here's a Hail Mary. Does any of you have low-tech explosives on your person?
No.
It's a shame. Thinking we could rig an area of the warehouse as our ultimate fail-safe.
Do any of you have grenades?
413X will reach inside of the trench coat and pull out several grenades. Are these of any use to the one known as Sparks?
Potentially. If I could rig a remote det to him. Grenades aren't going to be hackable. We go low-key, maybe, like... How about turning those grenades into a cluster, tie all the pins together, pull them all out as one, and have a hell of an explosion? Some things you can't hack, won't come up on radio, won't come up on phones or anything networked. Just something mechanical. She's already caught us a few times using technical tricks. If we use something low-key...
If we set ourselves up in the right way to try and channel her in, we don't know which way she's necessarily going to enter the warehouse, but if we set ourselves up in such a way in the room or whatever we find in there that we can cordon her and set the explosives up, then that works for me. But if we're going to do that, we spent 15 minutes talking, we should crack on.
Even if Alex just tapes 3 of them together and just pulls all the pins out at once and turns it into a...
Cluster bomb.
The cliche, the super grenade.
You could probably rig it. You could probably rig up an explosive device off just off one of our comms units. We've got a couple of spares comms units because.
My problem with the comms is she can pick it up if she sees that we've done it. Something not technological.
Yeah, but if she can't pick up a dead phone. The phone's not active, and you can use an incoming call as a trigger signal. That's all we would need. You can literally hook it up so that when the comm unit receives a signal, it'll send a charge through.
Do any of you still have your money briefcases?
Yes.
Sparks,
I've got an idea.
Sparks, give me a technology roll.
Uh, 19. Tech.
Technology. It's on your strength dex.
Oh, it's just a +3, isn't it? It's an 18.
Cool. You are a hacker. She is a hacker. What can you do?
Yeah, good point. Good point. Grenades can be remote detonated, as they are.
By hackers.
Oh, really?
I can't personally, but other hackers or people who know about tech can remote dial into them and detonate them remotely.
Oh shit.
Something I've been trying to figure out how to do. I'm nearly at a breakthrough with it. It's just not something I've mastered.
Right, well,
just
let's
yet.
not leave grenades hanging around that she can.
That's
throw
my
up,
thought. How about
Welcome to 2185.
how about sticking them in one of the money cases with the biolock on it?
If you're going to do that, you'd be better off taking the grenades apart.
Well, either way, if you put them into the case and just have it as turn it into literally a giant suitcase bomb, the grenades then aren't on Alex to get blowing him up, and we can just frisbee the case and detonate it. Even if you just shoot it, leave the case by a door, just on a table somewhere, and just leave it as something to shoot should we need a big boom. I would strongly suggest Alex doesn't take any explosives on his person.
Yeah, good.
This unit will leave them around the base of the structure that you're going to meet on, should you need to bring the building down.
Put him in one of the money cases so it doesn't look
Good
as
plan.
obvious.
It's a
And then
good
we've
plan.
got a big target to shoot.
It's a fucked up plan, but it's a good plan.
Because then we can just run. I don't know. We run out the building, shoot the case, and in the chaos we can at least try and get out. That can be our.
This unit wonders if the unit known as Sparks has watched too many action movies.
Quite likely.
Understood. This unit is now going to cross the road in an attempt to look over the building that we're going to meet at, since we have mentioned it 3 times already, and yet still 5 minutes later.
You're not a fan of the good old history movie.
Communication, and then
You're not
walks
a good-
across the road.
You're not a good fan of the historic fantasy movie RoboCop.
I think
Check it out.
I think whoever
I'll
created
kinda
that's
like-
watching it.
I'll kind of usher the other 2 over the road as well, the other 3 over the road as well.
Yeah, you all get to the warehouse that you designated, cherry meat, and yeah. So what are you doing? You want to check it out? You trying to get a bit of a tactical layout of it, where to put yourselves and stuff like this. Cool. Give me investigation
What?
checks.
Could I try and turn a couple of grenades, a biolock suitcase, into a giant remote bomb?
We'll get to that. Give me investigation checks first. All of
Roll
it.
for the night.
Not
19.
good. Not good. 8.
15.
So what do we have? A 9. Neff. Not sure.
19.
19. Alex.
15.
Chase.
13.
Cool. So, pottering around the place, you can see that when you go in there, 3/4 of the roof is missing, but there is a section of it that is still stable enough that someone could stand on top of it, or a few people could stand on top of it. It is structurally sound, is that quarter of the roof ceiling. Yep. Within there, it seems to have been used for some sort of cabling. So there is a lot of on the floor disused cables from bugger knows how many years ago. It's all over the floor. There's no real leftovers of the layout of the warehouse where the shelves and trolleys and desks and anything would have been. It's kind of just all been dumped. The cables were used for some sort of long distance Ethernet, fiber, you name it, copper wiring or something went through all these plastic coated cables just everywhere, mounds and mounds and mounds of them. The warehouse itself is about 90 feet long and about 45-50 feet at its narrowest bit. And then there are all where the rafters are. It's like kids have come in or bored people. When you see the old pair of trainers thrown up on the in the middle of the street, and you're like, oh the fudge. But yeah, there's loads and loads of cables just hanging down, like the most surreal monkey climbing theme park that you've ever seen.
Oh, perfect.
Is it worth seeing if there's any pallets or boxes or anything that we can set up as a covering position in case it does get to the point where we need to have a firefight
With
So we
your
can take
checks,
cover.
you will be able to set up 2 or 3 obvious, like these will protect us cover-wise.
What about having the meeting under the part of the roof, under the quarter? So should we need to bring the roof down, that could be the...
You got to think, oh, will she go for that though? Or will she want to stay in the open of it?
If we try and rig anything or even do anything, that's a risk that if she sees it, if she suspects something.
All these cables are a massive flying hazard for her, though, right? So it's going to make her egress by flight a lot more challenging.
How about this? And this is a bit of an if. How about we make a really, really obvious explosive in the middle of the meeting space, so that it's a deterrent for both sides not to start fighting. As a
Well, we're going to kill everyone if the meeting doesn't go the way we want.
well, if she fires, it risks her as well. It gives her an incentive not to start firing at us or to start a fight.
I think you're overthinking this remote explosive idea.
See, I went the total opposite way that I thought you were going to go with. Let's make one obvious so it draws our attention away from the actual one that we're going to set up. So it's like she underestimates us.
Because she knows we're not that stupid. She'll immediately suspect a trap at that point. If she sees something like that, it's like, look at this obvious bomb. She's just going to start looking for the not obvious one.
I think she's expecting a chop regardless.
Maybe.
Should we just go in see what happens? Keep our intentions honest.
It's the only way that we'll be able to do it, to be honest, right now. It's...
I think we've done. I think, you know, looking around, we've done what we can. We could potentially, you know, maybe put a few more of these cables up to make it worse.
Honestly, I don't think there's anything else we can really do at this point.
I think anything.
Let's do that at least. Let's at least make this place even more difficult for her to fly out of. If that's a modus operandi is coming, drop grenades and bugger off. Let's at least we can do whatever do this rest of this message. We'll use some of these spare cables. We'll hang them up off the rafters. We'll make a proper fly's nest out of it.
Works for me.
Fly trap. Sorry, not nest.
Yeah, because we've still got, like, what, 1.5 hours left till the meet?
Yeah,
Probably about an hour now.
A bit short, a bit longer than an hour, but yeah. So you are making yourself defensible positions.
Are there any cameras or CCTV or any electrics in the building?
You are in District 5, mate. It is a massive shed full of cables. There is a small disc with a hole in the middle and like some sort of graphic picture on it that looks like some guy that won Mr. Olympia 7 or 8 times. He's got a massive machine gun in his hand. You know, you can just see Amando on the end of the CD. If it is a CD.
DVD? The hell is this?
Yeah. It's a ninja star.
It's probably a laser disc.
Blu-ray
Right.
making weird discs these days.
And then can we try hanging some of these cables up?
So you want to create cover. How many locations of cover are you wanting to create?
4?
Yeah, I'm going to say 4 should be a safe
So you
bet.
have an hour. I will let you do 4 things in the warehouse.
How many ways in or out is there, excluding the roof?
There is a single door and a open where there would have been double doors that would allow a large vehicle to drive out of on the front where you first walked in. So the single door would be where you'd walk into the offices. The large double doors are large enough to let a lorry out or a big vehicle. On the left-hand side of the building, it's all broken bits. There are ways in and out, like some of the walls missing and stuff like this, that goes across the street to more warehouses. At the far end, it just seems to be one wall, and the door that you may or may not be able to see is completely blocked by these piles of cables. Some of these piles of cables go to about 10 feet high. It's almost like a little rolling hills landscape going on with these cables in here, and then they're all hanging from the ceiling as such. On the right-hand wall, there is 2 fire doors, one nearer to you in this right-hand corner, and one further up towards the top right-hand corner.
What do you guys think in barricading the single door? There's only one way in and out, not including the wings.
So you've got 4 actions, kids. Doing a piece of cover is 1 action. So what 4 things do you wish to do?
Let's get.
If we barricade it so there's just one way in or out,
There's too many ways in and out of this building. Barricading one's going to be irrelevant. There's 2 doors over there. There's the walls down. It's the thing. The only way we should try and impede is let's hang some cables up and try and make it more difficult for her to fly in and out. It's already pretty bad, but I reckon we can put a few more up and plug some more of those little gaps and just make it a total flies trap.
The defensive positions, could we set it up effectively, Adi, so it's like it covers 2 people for 1 location, or is it
1 action will be 1 person.
Yeah, don't worry about me for cover. Quite frankly, I'm gonna have to dart between cover to keep you guys up if it gets into a fight anyway, and I need to be able to touch you to do that. So, I'll hang cover when I need to, but I'll be running around.
or what, 2 cover spots and then spend the rest effectively creating a fly trap?
Just overhanging cables just to make flying a nuisance.
Yeah.
So you want 2 cover points, yeah, and double up on the cables, yeah.
Yep.
Cool. People that are in the cover points, they are big enough for 1 person to take cover behind. Yep. And they will add a 3, +3 to your AC. This is not normal half cover and quarter cover. I think it's normally +2, +5, but you have +3 for this scenario.
Okay.
Your cable hanging, you are already aware, will impede her flying. And the more you hang, the more comfortable you get knowing it will further impede her flying.
And just watch her come in and just cut all the cables before.
It's like slice
A mono
through the
blade.
Bitches, please.
Do you know we can get power going through them?
Mono blade. They are. They are
Our own worst enemies.
dead cables, mate.
Okay.
Years and years and years and years and years old.
Are they metal though?
Some of them will have bits of copper in them. Some of them are just the sheath.
Yeah. Okay.
So you could plug
Like
them into a
Cat 5
remote bomb if you wanted.
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining. It's like the warehouse of Clinton cards when I had to strip it out. It's just a mass of Cat 5 cabling. You're just like, nope, shut the door, we don't need it.
Burn it with fire. So you spend the majority of your time doing all this, like moving stuff around, bits of wood that's left there, moving some of the heavier rolls of cable into a bit of a almost sandbanky bunker area. How far apart are you putting this cover? Like, are you planning on Jean being in the middle, Chase and Sparks behind a cover each, and Alex hidden in the cables?
Yes.
Alex is very aware that there's pretty much anywhere in this warehouse will enable him to pull off a hide.
Cool.
If I can be out of the way and at the back and unassuming, that would be quite nice.
Unassuming. There's a Clinton's
Right,
car
I
shop.
think you're going to need to be behind cover, Sparks.
I would like that.
So why don't you take this cover that I've handily built, and I will go and Spider-Man myself up into the cabling. I hope that reference to an old
So,
TV program.
cover point 1 has Sparks in it. Yeah.
And they're probably, I don't know, they're probably quite spread out. Like, we'll do like a triangle type thing, and I'll stand at the front, and you know.
Are you going to be at the
of
front of the triangle, or are you in the middle of the triangle?
I'll be like the middle of the triangle with a view that, you know, to try and encourage Cherry Bomb Bomb to be at the tip of the triangle, and then the other guys at the other corners.
Okay, so Chase, you're in cover number 2, yeah?
Yep.
Don't forget, Chase, we can't use guns.
We not set them up so we can use them.
We could maybe get them hacked, yeah. I'm going to throw that into the mix of potential payment options.
you want this one as well? So you've got both.
Not only did we steal your gun, but we stole these as well.
Well, we
I'll
bought
take.
these.
Yeah, go on then. I'll take the other gun. I'm kind of.
Or would you?
I'll
Would
stick
you
that
rather?
one in my.
I was literally going to say, would you rather I keep one so that she doesn't know that we've got both?
Yeah. Okay. You keep it. Keep it.
So you're
Mine's
keeping
mine.
your hot as fudge guns, yeah?
Mine's in a considerable holster. It's fine. It's fine.
Just before we start on this, everyone is armed. Am I thinking that correctly?
Mm-hmm.
John kind of waves his arm.
Oh,
I don't. You're waving an arm. I don't know if that means you're armed or not.
Yes, he's got a sword on his back, and you
I'm
can,
armed.
you can see a couple of knives around his belt.
Have you got a pistol?
No.
Do you
Not
know
like
how
you.
to use a pistol?
Yes.
Ish.
Well,
I think
Sparks
Been
we've
on-
already determined has a gun. So,
I've been on the range once with it.
I'm reasonably proficient with most firearms. Just don't own one.
I will pass you. Or Alex will pass you a pistol.
I am proficient
Sparks,
in
give me
nearly-
sorry, Chase. Sparks, give me an attack roll.
Me.
Yeah, Sparks. Sparksy, baby. Give me an attack roll.
Oh, it started.
Am I drawing a gun or am I just?
I just want to roll. This is not you doing an action. This is me determining what to do to you.
This has got bizarre and serious all at the same time.
After 9 kids, it's all coming out.
It only is just after 9. Oh my lord!
If it's using the weapon I have, it'd be a 13.
13, cool. So when you say I used it once on the range, you have flashbacks of out on the range, and you fail to hit any of your targets out on the range. Your first pistol attack, your next pistol attack will be at disadvantage, as the nerves kick in about first firing that pistol. Yep. After that, the nerves will settle and you'll be fine. Yep.
I'll
Bring role playing to my
I'll
game.
just get the pistols loaded.
I feel like it's like 20 movies of a guy who's like got a gun and so like, "Ah, no!"
What the stats on the pistol, James?
It is a heavy pistol, but it's the brand label ones. Just let me get the brand.
And labeled Nike.
Yeah. Just fire
The
it.
far future,
Something like that.
JD Sports makes assault rifles.
So far.
KHMA heavy pistol.
Right.
So if you look at page 77.
Can you just read it out to him?
Nice.
Yep.
2d6 ballistic,
2d6
6180.
ballistic, 6180 because it's got the increased range. Uses 10mm, has a 15 shot magazine, and they will give you 2 mags for it. All with standard bullets.
Cool.
The-
So it's 2d6.
The third mag they won't give to you because it's got specialist tailored rounds in it.
Cool, fine. So it's 2d6 plus 3 damage.
And I will also say that I am proficient in nearly every weapon.
Why is it
Nearly.
plus 3 damage? Did I miss a rule somewhere?
It'll have your dex modifier to it for damage as well.
Oh, I didn't think you added your dex modifier to range damage.
Oh no, you don't. Sorry, you don't.
Oh,
Going
you only
stone.
add it to. Right, that explains.
Stabby. You only get the
I know,
damage extra
stabby.
for stabbing. Sorry, the last character I had stabbed things. That's why.
Yeah, I was going to say stabbing, strength. Totally get that. Don't really understand how you add your dexterity bonus.
You shoot bullets harder.
Take that.
You throw the gun forward as you shoot, like wanted.
It's
style.
like Wanted style. Yeah.
So as Angelina Jolie walks past, you realise that you've sorted out your cover points. You've hung quite a lot of cabling now. You're about 10 minutes out from 4 o'clock. Some call that 10 to 4.
I look visibly not okay with circumstances.
Alex, can you
Try and
give me a stealth? Well, I am assuming you want a stealth roll, Alex.
I would love a stealth roll, yes.
Patiently, like pasting around and keep patting like my inside jacket and like checking computers needlessly.
So not quite a 20, but a 19.
Nice.
Which means me 26. Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
He's that well
Alex,
hidden, he's lost you.
Alex?
lot.
He's in the
Gone
warehouse
deep
next
into
door.
the web. Oh,
He's
I've gone
just-
to the dark web.
You've just Ant-Man
Is there a
it,
kind
mate.
of standing there balls out roll I need to make, AD, or
We'll get to that.
It's a D4 for girth.
It depends.
called
Are you
presence.
stood
It's
there
on
with
the
your balls
skill
out? I mean, that'll make the conversation there.
That's a power play right there.
So, is there anything you wish to do in the last 10 minutes?
Panic blindly.
I'm going to start making my next character.
Sons of Chaos are recruiting, mate, if you want.
Can I just check where Jake is?
Where do you
We'll
want me
wheel
to?
him round the corner so that they can't shoot him.
Eddie, if people are looking nervous, I'll try and calm people down. Like Sparks, by chance. It's like, calm the fuck down, lad.
Give me a people check.
Ah, this is...
Like, your way of calming me down is calm the fuck down, lad.
Yeah, he went to the same school I did, lad.
An 18.
18.
Hey!
Right, Sparks, that disadvantage you had, you no longer have. You look across to Chase, and Chase is like, lad, calm the fuck down. And for a brief moment, you're like, he's pretty big, he knows what he's doing. You take a deep breath, and you calm. And you remember that at least one bullet hit the target from the range, and you no longer have disadvantage on your next shot. Well, role-playing teamwork, kids.
It helped that he rolled the map right up to here and then shot it.
Yeah,
It was a full mag as well.
yeah. Point breaking it straight at the chuffy there.
There was a guy next to him who watched him shoot off into a random direction and just shot his target. Like, okay, he'll feel better about that.
It was Chase.
So,
Oh,
10 minutes pass. It's 4 o'clock. Yep.
maybe she won't show. If she doesn't show, that'd be great, right?
John stood there, just zipping his fly up after realising Paul's out
John's
probably one of the best.
nonchalantness is making me more uneasy.
Sparks, Chase, you are ducked behind your makeshift covers. You are still visible, as in you are not hiding, unless you
I'm not
wish to try and hide.
No.
Oh, cool.
She knows. Because I'm guessing she knows
and
that they're all
Alex,
going to be there. So there's
none
no
of
point.
you can see Alex. Yep,
Okay with that.
cool.
Can I make a point of any details of Alex on my HUD or comms? I'm going to basically temporarily just delete them. So there's no record of me ever seeing him, ringing him, anything like that. Just as if he's never existed to me.
Okay.
So normally, if we've got like team HUDs, or we can see where the people are, or see other people's vital signs, get rid of all that.
Yep, you can.
So if she hacks into our comms, she doesn't know that there's an Alex.
Nice.
So,
No problem whatsoever. So, 4 o'clock comes.
So now's the time I turn on them, right, Cybermaster?
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum.
So my gun goes off, my 3 grenades that Sparks wanted to strap together blow off his legs, and I've just got Chase to worry about.
twist, I'm humbug.
Where, Alex, do you still have your grenades on you?
No.
Where are they?
Would have left them at the corners of the building.
So each corner of the building.
Yep.
How many grenades do you have? 3. Cool. Cool. So, 4 o'clock. You're breathing. John stood there. You hear or feel the phone ringing in your pocket.
I will. I'll send it to my internal comm and answer it.
Cool. You answer. You see that it's Chase's number. As soon as you answer it, the caller hangs up, and then you hear above you, "Hello," and then you see these little black tennis ball shapes go bong 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 bong, and just like bounce from the ceiling onto the wire, sort of roll around, bong 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 bong, and you see the TV mechs that you fought before. There is 6 of them. Yep.
Is she up there, is she?
She is. You see, stood on the quarter bit of the roof, wearing her chrome catsuit, her chrome angel wings are out, her long pink hair held loose. You see no weapon on her.
I kind of look up and say, well, that's more than one friend.
These are not friends.
Well, this hasn't started promisingly.
She just stares at you. So speak, you wish to meet?
We have something you want.
No, you don't. You have the location of it.
Which is something you want.
Radio to Jean and tell her to come down and speak face to face rather than being up there.
You hear nothing, Jean.
Why don't you, you still need the location.
Can the rest of us not hear this call then? Any of this happening?
You can hear them, you can see her, she's speaking. He's not on the call. He's not on the
I'm sorry,
call. Yeah. When he answered the call, she cut the call. And then you tried to speak to Jean, and there is no response from Jean, and Jean, you hear nothing coming in.
Oh, no problems. Yeah, I'll look over and say, you still need that location. Therefore, we have something you want.
Persuasion check.
23.
She sort of paces up and down on the top, and you can see her, right, just walking around. And she's, give me a sense motive check.
25.
She is annoyed and frustrated. That pace is definite with intent of fueled by frustration.
It's obvious. It's obvious you care a great deal about this. It's also probably obvious to you that we've wound up in a situation that we don't particularly want to be in. I feel like we can help each other out.
Through gritted teeth. How?
Look, we're in the same game as you. We might not be on the same level, but you killed the person who would have made us a great deal of money. Now, if we give up the information that you're after, then we're kissing goodbye to any chance of getting that money, which I'm okay with, in one respect, provided we have a means to get that same money some other way.
You have been in this game long enough to know that you should look after your contracts better.
It was a no real loss scenario from our perspective. There was no guarantees made on this contract. But if we were successful, we'd have got a lot of money from it.
Which I would assume will happen with your next contract as well. You all know there are degrees of failure and success. Otherwise you wouldn't do the jobs you are doing. Now what do you offer in trade? You spoke of trade, you spoke of what do you want? She's getting really agitated. You get the feeling from your sky eye sense motive check. She's not used to conversing. If the grenade in the alleyway didn't give that away.
We have come into possession of something that we would like to see get back to its owners without any trace to us or the Sons of Chaos.
She looks her. I mean, she's 60 feet from you. You can tell she's confused.
We've got a couple of items that we've acquired that we don't want to be particularly found on us, and I would like to see those items returned back to the organization they belong to without any questions being asked. And I believe you may be able to make that happen for us. And in return, we'll give you the location that we made the drop at.
Why should I believe you? The location is quick. Doing what you have asked takes longer. I have no patience for such things. Why should I believe you? Why should I trust you?
You're asking a lot, considering that the first time you came into contact with us, you threw a grenade at us. So I could ask the same question. Why should I trust you? And at that point, I will pull out one of the guns, the one that I've got, obviously,
You holding it
and
up?
show it, and I'll show it to her.
Well, well. Haven't you been a naughty thief? By any chance, is this the item?
Yes, one of them.
Do you have both?
We do.
That is a mighty fine prize you have there. A well sought after prize.
Indeed.
I will do it.
I'll stand there and kind of look.
Give me a sense motive check.
9.
Telling the truth.
Okay. When it's done, we'll tell you the location.
Just shakes her head. As I said before, yours is lengthy, mine is quick. If I am to trust you, you are to trust me.
I'll sort of briefly glance around at Chase and Sparks.
You see
When
glance
you-
around it?
Presence, does that give the presence of what she's giving off, or is it just sense?
What is presence? Explain to me what is presence.
I'm not sure how it works in this game.
So is it, so what? So what are you on about, mate?
It's like when she's saying this, what's like her presence? Is it confident? Is it cocky? Is it?
She's been confident since arriving, mate.
Can I make a look up to the? Can I make a look up around to see if I can spot any other people?
You can do a
That
perception
isn't a
check,
droid.
yes.
See if she's brought a friend anywhere. Perception of 16 plus 2, 18.
You see nobody up there with her. You see, you have a look around ground floor. You don't see any movement. You've lost complete track of Alex.
That's fine.
I kind of turn back around to Chase and Sparks, mate. So, do we have a deal or not?
It's up to you two, I guess.
Chase nods.
Honor end it there.
I feel that trusting
I'll,
her trusting her on blind faith is no different from asking her to trust us on blind faith.
Agreed. I'll wander over to Chase and sort of stick out my hand for the other gun. And then I'll walk back to my original position and look up at her.
With both pistols out, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
We have a deal. And I'll hold the guns out in front of me.
I take the guns. You tell me the location. I deliver the guns.
Yes.
Then we have a deal. She
And
you
and
see
this is all
sorry Jess, you see her eyes flicker and a drone comes out from like off her back. It's just a spot this big and it just comes down.
And hovers in front of me.
Yep. It's got two or three little mechanical arms on it that you reckon they could grab.
Okay. I will hand the guns out to the drone.
The drone buggers off back. Oh. Unless any of you stop it. No. Cool. Drone buggers off back up to her. She has the two triad pistols and a large smile crosses her face and you see her put them somewhere. So the location. It's the same smile she had when she first saw her. Ah, brilliant.
Can I get any do I get anything from that?
Not on your 9, sir, no.
Okay. I'll watching her carefully as I'm saying this, I'll just say the word bison.
You see the smile fade instantly. Thank you. Woof, and she buggers off. She just hits the sky.
And the tennis ball drones?
Yeah, that was my question.
The TV mechs, they go back to little tennis balls and start beeping red. So
Time to leave.
They're flashing red and they're beeping.
Unless it's time to
go.
leave.
I think it's time to leave.
Let's buggy on out of here.
I head for the front door.
Yeah, me.
Sharpish.
I'll comms
What?
into Alex as well and just say, get out.
Where is 2 seconds while I look at something for. Okay, cool. Yep.
As I kind of pass Sparks, I'm like, you can't. I don't suppose you can, like, stop that and nick him.
Not without going near him and risking a.
Alex,
I have
do you
can-
pick up your grenades on the way out?
Yep.
Cool. You all go dashing
probably-
out. Go on.
Probably stop you dying, Sparks.
You want to try and grab one of the
I'm
6 explosive TB Max?
I'm getting out the building. That's what I'm doing.
How many D20s you got left? You
Too many is a question.
you all go buggering off out the warehouse.
Yeah.
And then you all hear it, and there is a woof. And when you do you look back into the warehouse?
Well,
Yeah.
we'll glance back. Yeah.
Whoa, cool kids don't look at explosions.
There's
Oh,
no-
yeah.
I'm the opposite of a cool kid. I'm looking at the explosion.
There is no explosion, just a boom.
In which case, we all look.
As you look back in, there is just 6 smoking black spheres on the floor, no flashing lights or beeps.
No, they just kind of self-destruct.
Could you salvage them in any way?
Have a look.
Here you go, rocking in. There's 6.
Yes.
I'll stay outside just for a bit of a look
31
around.
feet away. So you perception check, Jean, or anyone outside looking up if you want to do a perception check.
I'll go inside and cut the sparks.
12.
12. You don't see where she went.
22.
So you see from the quarter of the roof that was going off, she obviously has flown up and away, and then you guys have left the building. You can see her, if you were to guess, going in the direction of Bison. Sparks and Chase, you went into the warehouse amongst the wiring, and you see these TB mechs.
I don't want to pick them up necessarily. I just want to kind of look and see if I can work out, just from kind of looking at them and kind of seeing how they, like, how the parts fit together into a ball. Like, how, like, based on seeing the mechs that we fought in the alleyway, and based on seeing up close now their ball form, can I kind of use my mechanics, robotics, engineering background to kind of work out how maybe that function of shrinking down works?
Give me a robotics check.
14.
They are made from unobtainium. They are. You can't quite grasp the high techness of it. Is what impresses you the most. The flexible material they will have had to have been made out of to enable them to curl up to such a small thing before they pop out to a 4-foot little wrecking skeleton is quite impressive, but it's not something that you've come across during your times in the warehouses and such. You can definitely see that there is a level of, you'd need to be of the right people to know and get more information on them. It's definitely higher tech and more reputation needed.
Can I make a educated investigation to think if they're inert or if they still pose a risk of exploding?
On your robotics check, mate, they don't look like they're exploding. They look dead, like if a battery shorts out or something.
Can I take one?
Yeah, sure.
I'll put one in my bag.
Two? Or just one?
Just the one.
You now have a self-destructed TB mech.
Okay.
Yep.
That's fine. Mm-hmm.
You leave the other 5 there?
How big are they? Are they literally the size of a tennis ball?
Yeah.
Tennis ball. I'll take 2. I'll take 2 total and leave the others.
I would say if they're like tennis ball size, why don't we just take them all? That way you've got.
Do you want to carry the others?
How much do they weigh, Eddie, roughly?
But that they weigh about 1 kilo. So a bag of sugar.
May as well take them. That way we can. Well, not us, but you can reverse engineer them if needed. That way you've got 6 of them. So if you fail on one,
I'll take all of them. Take the lot.
Yeah, you can always like stick 2 on the end of like a little pole and just do some, you know.
Brilliant.
it's like I was just thinking more of the lines of I don't
like
know
the
if we'll
fact
ever
you
get
think
another fact.
I like the fact you think Sparks is like the sort of character that would be bicep curling 2 kilos.
So.
To be fair, I did say lifts. Lifts are pretty hard. Lifts are pretty hard.
So, what's the plan, kids?
I would like very much to go see our friends at the Sons of Chaos and find out everything they know about, or at least even have to pay for it, about the triads, about the sweet shop, and what they know about Bison.
So,
Yep.
Yeah, agreed.
We've got a safe.
I'm sorry. I'm mulling over whether or not we want to make a silly additional play. I think Alex and I spoke while you guys went back inside. I don't think I don't think either of us cares much for the idea of tipping Bison off about what's coming. I don't particularly hold any loyalty to him.
No,
quite
me neither.
frankly. He sold me to
What I would like to do, however,
Stolen guns.
what I would like to try and do, if possible, this could. What do we think about tipping off the triads that we've got a hit or we've got a lead on their stolen guns?
Oh, that's touching some bad territory there.
Let me just go to my notes.
I mean, what do we think about? Let's face it. Let's put it this way: Sons of Chaos don't seem to have any lost love with the sweet shop because they've got Alex trying to kill one of them. They hate the triads, the mortal enemies. So why don't we turn our enemy and our enemy against each other? Tip the triads off.
Because those guns can be traced to us. Still.
Do you think they're going to care as long as they get them back? As long as they see her with them in her hand, it's going to be pretty hard for her to argue the toss.
What effectively
Not necessarily. Look at the text she was posting there, man. There's a good chance she's got that entire conversation on video.
I doubt it. I don't think any comms will. My comms weren't working in there. Something I can do as well. I'm thinking everything in that room.
Sparks, your comms were working. You couldn't reach Jean. Just for clarification, mate.
Okay. It's up to you. Just a thought. If we want to keep our enemies fighting amongst themselves, it might not be such a crazy idea.
Yeah, but we don't know whether or not there's some connection between the Sons of Chaos and between the Triad and the Sweet Shop. Maybe we can check that out with the Sons of Chaos before we make a call.
So what do you think? A bit of an info seeking, safe house back at the Sons of Chaos.
It's about all we can do right now, I think.
I think we've got a safe house there at least. It gives it a chance to at least take stock, maybe ask some questions, buy some information.
Yeah,
Try and work out what the hell's going on. There is one other thing we could do, which is we could spend a bit of time traipsing around District 5 to see if we can find
Chase's body
and see if there's any information. It was only
is there?
She might not be bothered about the mech. She might have just left that mech hanging around.
Yeah, I know District 5 is a write-off. Since my entire time in District 5, have I seen any sort of video surveillance gear in the entire town? Whether it's on the front of buildings, even the buildings that are still together.
Give me a perception check.
7.
You just can't. You can't remember. It's not a yes or a no. You just can't, because you haven't been deliberately looking for it in every single nook and cranny. You can't remember.
When we head back to Sons of Chaos, can I make a
Sons of Chaos definitely have recording equipment.
Can I, on the way back, look for any kind of either news drones, any cameras, any CCTV footage, anything like that at all on the way back, or even somewhere that looks like a internet network or anything like a splitting hub or anything like that. And my goal is, if I see anything, to see if I can do a sweep of the city, see if I can spot the mech. It shouldn't be that hard to find a souped up mech on top of a building.
So, yeah, you can do it on the way back.
Cool.
So you're looking for the mech, or are you looking for the internet hub, or the?
Well, either. If I'm looking for I'm looking for comms gear that I can basically look at and have a quick look through cameras, look through surveillance gear.
I see. I'm with you. Yeah, okay. So is that your plan, to head back to the Sons of Chaos?
Unless Alex, Chase, or Jean have any business.
Well, I'm just thinking we mooch around to see if we can. Sorry, so I missed what you were saying about the mech there. So what? You don't think anywhere in District 5?
Just keep it. I'm just saying. Well, while we're doing our business, I'll keep an eye out for any CCTV footage. If any of you spot any comms gear, give me a shout. I might be able to dial in, see if I can use the CCTV of the buildings. If there's any drones in the air, maybe able to give us a bit of a bird's eye view.
Are the buildings close enough together here that you could kind of hop between them ish type style, American movie-esque, or not really?
You could parkour some of them, but then, some of them are missing walls and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I suggest we just on the way back. Why don't we just take a look around every now and again as we're going, and maybe hop up and have a look. Wouldn't hurt to have a look on the way back, right? It's only going to cost us 5 minutes here or there getting up a staircase or something.
What's the tallest building I can see within eye line?
There's an old hotel block not far from you. It's a good
Can I? I'll point
20,
it out to
24 stories high.
Is it significantly taller than everything else around it?
In the immediate vicinity, yeah.
What do you think? I'll point out the hotel. That hotel over there seems to be the tallest building. If you want to, if we've got any chance of just seeing what's around and get a good vantage point, that's probably your best bet.
Could work.
It's also, if I was going to hide a mech on a rooftop, I'd pick a high one so people can't look down on it. It's the closest one nearby. It was near where it was parked.
It's a shout.
Worth a shot of any.
It's not going to hurt to look.
And at least then we can get a top-down view and scan around, see what we can see, if anything.
Yeah.
Is that plan? You're going to scarper up the hotel?
Yeah.
Scarper.
Yeah. So you all make your way over to this hotel. As you approach it, the spinning door area at the bottom is removed. There's still the middle pole that would spin, but there's no glass in the doors or anything. You can just walk straight in and out. There's broken debris all over the floors. The foyer is a tip. It doesn't look like it's in any working order whatsoever. And then you kind of have a pop around and you can see that there are very makeshift, this is where I sleep sort of areas on the ground floor and stuff. You can see that there is rows of a couple of corridors behind the main desk where you would go in, where there are doors, some missing, there's one or two closed, but again, and then there is a lift in front of you. Well, I say in front of you, it's part of the main open area of the entrance to the hotel, and there are two massive staircases that veer off from that original foyer area, which you assume go up. And for those Americans watching, elevator.
Start heading on way up.
This unit is capable of vertical maneuvering. Would you wish me to climb the outside to valet the area rather than take any of the dangerous staircase or elevators?
What's your vision like when you're up there?
Jake taps his headset.
If it's a clear day, fine.
Yeah. Jake taps his big, the earphones he wears that sort of sit on the back of his neck. He taps them as a suggestion that he can see pretty far.
Probably worth us all heading up, sticking together on this one, do you think?
I would say I'm similar to Alex. I can get up buildings quite easily.
Oh, you're getting up there. You going to the roof?
I can't climb for toffee, so I'll use the staircase.
Yeah, I'll use the staircase.
Are you all wanting to go to the roof?
More eyes the better, I think, if there's room. If everyone agrees.
I think more. I think more
Works for me.
eyes the better as well.
So, who's going? How? So, Alex and Chase, are you King Konging it up the outside of the building?
I have advantageous positioning. You have a climb speed of 30 foot.
So, normal climbers got half their movement. It just means you can climb at full movement. You would still need to perform the climb.
Yeah.
You might be fast at it, but you might also slip and die, which would be funny as. Only for me. So yes. So are you scaling the building outside?
I'll go on the inside with them.
Cool. Cheers.
There's no other way to get. If there's no other way apart from climbing the building, I'll do that. But if we can get to it from inside,
There are two staircases and a elevator. So you take the staircase. You all go up the same staircase. Every floor you get to, some of the wall and doors are missing, and you can see down the corridors where you start hearing cries and moans, laughing, shouting. There are people that seem to be partying. There are people that are fornicating. There are people that seem to be doing other recreational activities, whether it involves just sighing loudly. You can hear a lot of tss, tss, a lot of gas noises, aerosols being spent. You can hear a lot of woohoo as people are jacked up on summit. There's quite a lot of activity on the floors of the hotel as you go up. There are between floors, say 12 and 16, dead. Nothing, no noise whatsoever. You get to the top of this hotel. So you're the top 4 floors now, and there's noise, but it's quieter. Like people are talking and just conversing in a, I say, polite manner, but the voices are softer. There's less shouting and bawling and less hoorah going on with nakedness. You continue on. Do you come off at any of the floors? No pun intended.
Carry on up to the roof, effectively.
Nice.
Cool. Getting onto the roof is quite easy. There is just an open doorway. You go up onto the roof and you can see the landscape of District 5. Up here is a very strange feeling as you look down upon it, and you can see that the elements of light that you would expect to see in a heavy functioning cyberpunk city is dulled here. Like the neon is less bright. It's lost its sheen and its polish. You can see the little flickerings of greens and blues and oranges from certain buildings, bars, restaurants, that they've stuck to the aesthetic of loud, fast, pumping music and stuff.
It's gravy time.
It is, yes. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Moose. You notice that again, it is just that attempt at fitting in with the aesthetic of the city and failing miserably, but you can still see those elements of people where they're trying to not to die every day. Now you're up here in this 20 floors of a building. You can see the riot you saw earlier. There is more of them. There are more pockets of people that are appearing, and you can see those little glowing torch lights or whatever light source they're using to do their rioting with. Sorry, I just had to adjust my camera. It's cool, it's breezy up here, it stinks. The pollution and crap in the air that is just all around you, thick enough that you probably could reach out and touch it, but obviously can't. So you are on top of the building, you look out before you. Now, one of you, with Jake's optics and the fact that all of you are looking, can roll a perception check at advantage with double your proficiency.
All of us.
Just one of you. So one of you roll it at advantage, and whoever rolls it at advantage gets to double their proficiency because you are all looking instead of bloody 19 different rolls.
James' dice have been really good so far, but
Wow.
Niall's not had much chance to roll, so I say we give Niall a chance.
Love it. I love it.
I was going to say I get +8, but I'm going to put my dice back down.
Oh, is it using our bonus?
Yeah, so whoever makes the roll will roll it
okay,
at
yeah.
advantage with double their proficiency.
Oh, right, in which case, yeah, whoever's got the highest
I was going to say,
bonus in perception then.
I'm not great at looking around at it. I'm all right, but
That's
Yeah,
that you all
I'd
kept
be-
it icy and went meta as fuck. Who's got a +10?
I was going to say, I'm okay. I'm not as
So
good as...
wait, let's bring it back then a little bit. So I've always said that Alex was a very perceptive.
Oh, me? Oh, okay.
Jake's looking at you with a pair of binoculars on his head. Really?
So advantage is roll twice, yeah?
Yeah, so roll twice, pick the highest, and remember your proficiency is doubled for this roll.
Just the proficiency part.
Just a proficiency part, yeah.
Okay, so I rolled a 1, but I also rolled a 20, so I get 30 in total.
So you get 30, yeah?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Cool. What do you want to know?
I did roll a 1, so
What-
I've
what-
used my 1 now.
what do you wanna know,
I'm
mate?
good.
I'll tell you anything. So,
Where's the neck?
as all 5 of you are up there, you start looking around and you spot whether it's the glint of the rare rays of light that break through the grey clouds onto District 5. You see them ting off something chrome-esque distant from you. You can almost like lay it out in front of you. You get a bit of photographic memory going on, like a blueprint of the district, and you see almost crystal clear, despite not being able to focus on details, the abandoned subway that Bison's Babes works out of, and that glint of chrome is almost upon it. As you notice that glint of chrome, you see the jet stream of something large and heavy alongside of that chrome glint, and then it fades, like you lose it again. You see about 10 buildings from you, so it's quite a distance. As you look around that glint of chrome you see, you look and you see a shape on that building, and the light hit a scope. And that's what you see.
In the same direction as
Imagine you're
scope.
looking in a V.
Yeah.
The chrome glint and jet streamed heavy thing on one edge of the cone, and on the other edge of the cone you see the light hit the glass of the scope.
Well,
It's a long way away from you, 10 buildings.
right. Do we? Oh, okay.
unless it's not pointing at us though, is it?
Do we now tip up? Yeah. What is? Yeah. Okay.
I hope it's not pointing at us.
So the question we've got here is: do we just let them fight it out, or do we interfere?
No,
What do we gain by interfering?
nothing.
If we interfere now, we undo any goodwill we've just made with Cherry.
Not unless we interfere on her behalf and tell her about what that looks like.
But is that her with her, or just an outside anomaly?
If it's we did just deliver a sniper rifle of Bison. He did imply that he now has the thing he needs to protect himself from the sweet shop.
Why don't we? A couple of choices. We either head back to Sons of Chaos. What about watching from a distance and just seeing how it plans out, just so we know how it's gone? Not get involved, but is it useful to us to see how that ends up?
No, we've got no allegiance really to either of them, so
It'd
there's
be
no
good.
point.
It'd be good to know if one or both of them walk away from it, though. Because whichever one, if Bison walks away from it, he's going to know where that information came from. No,
No, he's not. Not necessarily.
True. Yeah,
She could
true.
have got it from Chase.
True.
Unless she's still carrying the guns and he reclaims them from her.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The not smoking barrels. As it were. A couple of
I mean,
choices.
he might just assume we're dead if she's got those guns there.
Do we try and find? Do we still want to try and find Chase's body, or do we want to head back to Sons of Chaos, or do we want to go to Bison's?
If we can't see the mech from this distance with the best advantage, we're not going to find it. Really, I don't think.
I think we could spend days looking for that body.
Yeah.
That's if it's still on the roof.
The jet stream.
I was going to say the heavy jet stream, Alex will
Suggests
point
it was
out,
the mech.
was the mech. so quite successfully, 413X found your mech. It's currently being
Airborne and been flying, yeah.
So I
I
think
mean,
it's just worth going back.
based on what we saw at Bison's, do you really think they're going to be able to hold up against that mech smashing through his front door?
If that sniper
Nah.
takes down Cherie, then yeah. They had a hell of a lot of firepower down there.
But if she knows what that sniper can do, will she really take that?
She was pissed off. She might not. When it comes to this, she may not be thinking as clearly as she should be.
What about dealing with Cherry? What about interfering on Bison's behalf? While if we're going to want to get rid of her as a problem,
I don't feel like tipping off Bison helps us in any way, shape, or form.
I'm not about tipping off Bison. I'm about
Right, let's think of
What?
Let's
We're
have
way
Cherry in
behind
the middle
them.
of it all.
We're never going to get there before that'll be over by the time we get over there.
Good point.
it. So Cherry's always been honest with us, even though it's been threatening. Whereas Bison, he lied to us about these revolvers. You know, he's not exactly being upfront with us.
Incorrect. He did tell you that they came from a dubious source. You spent your money on them. He never said where that source was, nor whether they were particularly hot or not, since you never asked.
We didn't know.
What do we think then? I would like some time to spend and have a look at these tennis ball droids, see if I can find out a way to, maybe a weakness, maybe, like, say, look at the materials they've used. I would like to take a few of them apart while you guys are chatting with the Sons of Chaos a lot. I just think chatting to the Sons of Chaos at this point gives us more information than we know. We can learn a bit more about Sweet Shot. We can know a little bit more about, have they come across this cherry before? You know, what...
Query. What happens if we take out the sniper with the sniper that is currently utilising a sniper rifle?
We go to the sniper.
We take out Bison.
We're helping, no, not necessarily Bison. If we go after that sniper, then we need to go now, because otherwise he's going to, well, again, quite frankly, if we make that sniper in time to do anything, other than catch them afterwards.
While your conversation has been going on, and Alex, the ever perceptive, two flash flares, from the whatever that person is holding in their hand, it goes towards where you saw the chrome and where Bison's area is. I say it goes towards, you don't see the bullet track, but where it's aiming in that general direction. It's all guesswork at the minute, but you rolled a 30, so... What can a man do, eh?
I rolled a 20, 30 was just the outcome. If I could roll a 30 on a d20, I'd have broken physics in half.
Oh.
I just think at this point, we don't...
Well, at this point...
We can't get there. Our choices are limited.
At this point, it's irrelevant, right? The shots have been taken.
Let's go
unless we go after that sniper, which I don't think will serve as any purpose now. We could have warned Cherry beforehand.
Let them know what happened, or keep it quiet.
Once again, incorrect. We did warn Cherry beforehand.
True.
We told her who had the sniper rifle.
True. Yeah, she should have known.
Do we want to tell Sons of Chaos exactly what's happened, or keep some of it to ourselves?
No, information is power.
Agreed.
Query, that does not answer the question.
Let's see what the Sons of Chaos say and make a decision.
Exactly.
While we're there, let's not necessarily open with it.
And let's not go with the first offer. Look at Jake.
I'd like some time to have a look at these droids.
Bear in mind, one thing we can say though, right, is we can say we've taken care of the gun problem that they had.
True.
And see what that's worth, and that doesn't cost us anything really. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I think the best thing to do now is go back to Sons of Chaos.
No, I agree.
So we're heading back to the Suns.
Yes.
Cool. You head back to the Suns. By the time you get to the bar, it is night time. If you recall, it took you a few hours to get to Bison's from the bar last time. You walk past the bank that you deposited your bonlongs in before you set off from the bar. You turn the corner and you see the ever wonderful safe house of the bar of the Sons of Chaos, with all the hogs outside, the large bikes, motorcycles, tricycles. There's one or two 4x4s, and you see your current employees, or at least those that have been giving you money for the time being. They are very welcoming to a bunch of cyberpunks coming towards them that most of them have recognised once or twice over the last 6 months. You walk into the bar, it is noisy, there are shots, there is heavy music of the rock variety being played, there are people having an arm wrestle, pushing each other about, there's crush and slash getting taken everywhere. It's a wonderful, wonderful sight. You see Jack, who, as a FYI, the president of the Sons of Chaos is also called Jack. There is no relation. Jack sees you. Well, come on, what are you doing? Welcome back. What's with the glum faces?
Rough day. Rough day.
Point to John.
Statement. This is always my face.
Well, it's looking less. All right.
Let's just say we ended up in the middle of a whole heap of shit.
But
Both
you delivered the rifle,
figuratively
yeah?
and literally.
You
We
delivered
delivered the rifle. So
Did you find out where them guns were?
we also found out where the guns were.
Yeah.
That's, have you got them?
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right, if you
We
get
didn't
them.
think bringing them back here would be good for the Sons of Chaos.
Well, I don't know. We're not fans of the 16K. Probably could have got them unlocked, used them ourselves. You know what I mean? Thrown them back in their faces.
Yeah, but equally, I didn't think you necessarily needed a massive red flag pointing straight at you.
Well, if you did give us, yeah, you've got a point, Joe. You've got a point. Still, it'd have been nice to get hold of them. Have to stick it to the old 16K. Bison had them.
Has
that not surprised me? Sticky
Does this
fingers on. Sorry.
bar, if they're like a motorcycle gang, or do they have like tools workshop-y stuff within the bar, or is there an area like a workbench?
There's
or
an
anything,
area.
right?
There's the odd, like, nano wrench and etc. But there's some good old workshop.
While this conversation's going ahead, can I spend probably the rest of the day, if need be, trying to gain any information from reverse engineering these bots?
Yeah, you can. You give me a robotics check, and that'll be your evening, though.
What I'm looking to do is find out how they fold up. If nothing else, find out how they make them. Basically, just any construction, how they were made.
Okay.
As part of my ongoing robotics project.
Cool. And that will be your evening, pal.
Okay, that's a 17 plus a 5. 22.
Hey! Oh, cool. Wow. I'm going to stop just a second. Dosrev, my
Gravy time.
It's gravy time. Lady Poop is now following. Thank you, Dosrev, for the raid with a party of 25. So, for you folks out there that don't know Dosrev, he's a streamer.
Gravy time.
Another one. Dosrev streaming, or at least most of this week has been streaming XCOM 2. He did a bit of XCOM Chimera Squad. It went tits up and he jumped on XCOM 2. I've been watching him. He's a cracking laugh. For us Brits, he streams 12 till 6 his end, which I believe Buffalo area. So obviously for us it's more 8 till 11. So about now. Tonight's my board game night, digital because of stupid virus, and I need a nap beforehand, so I'm taking an hour early wrap up. Oh, beautiful, Dosrev, beautiful. Thank you very much. Whoop whoop. Yes. Good to see you, man. Buffalo, there you go. Noon till 6. So 5 till 11 British. There you go. So I normally watch him before I'm prepping for my tabletop. Dosrev is a massive nerd. And big fan of the old Nat one. So thank you very much. I'm going to ignore you now. And whoop whoop, there you go. I'm going to ignore you all and crack on with the game. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just so you know, Udisket, UK Disket, there you go, however we're pronouncing it. I don't, but there is a Carbon 2185 Roll20 character sheet. So when you go to your little drop down, there is a Carbon 2185 character sheet that you can select. It ain't perfect, but it's a good 90% there, mate. Someone, a fan made it, essentially. So yeah, so hello everyone, I hope you stick around for a little bit and enjoy.
If they want the character sheet as well, it's in the core rulebook, which they can use the discount code to pick up a copy of.
If you go to, look at that, yes. We are currently sponsored by Dragon Turtle Games, who made Carbon 2185. If you go to their web store and buy anything and put the code WAITE, so WAITE with a capital W, you can see it all over my Facebook, all over my stream, you'll get a 10% discount. So yes. Gloomhaven tonight, good lad, you take care of that. Have a great stream, friends. Thank you very much, Dosrev. Take care. Gloomhaven, good pick. Right, so kids back in the room. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Boom, we're here.
So 22 on the robotics check.
22 on your robotics check. So that will be how you spend your evening, Mr. Sparks.
Yes. Antisocial tinkering is fine by me.
Cool. So Alex, who has nipped to the little synth room, Jean and Chase. What are you doing for the evening? Are you just kind of drinking up? What you said you wanted to speak to Jack? Do you want to do it in the morning? Do you want to do it now?
I'll look to download now. I mean, obviously, you just sort of told him about the guns, and I'm like, yeah. So hopefully, we're taking care of that, and the guns will find their way back. Yeah, Bison having them was a bit weird though, because he must have known you guys were interested, and you've been doing this. You did this job for him. It seems like he's keeping his options open a bit there.
He's an arms dealer. What are you gonna do? Like, he's not a gang. He's not a. He's a neutral entity. Let's say. Some of the kit he's got hold of though, ooh, it's top notch.
You say that. He doesn't seem entirely neutral. He seems to have major beef with the sweet shop.
Ah, yes. Well, did we ever tell you where the rifle came from?
No.
Yeah, so there's one of their probably very, very talented sniper. Not anymore. Yeah, we may have, and you can tell that he's had a few more than you're normally used to meeting him. He's normally quite dry, one or two, because he's business, but it seems to be almost a night off. Yeah, we nailed one of theirs. The sniper rifle was an order from Bison.
Right.
But the reason he's got beef, love hurts, man. Love hurts. The sniper rifle belongs to Cherry Bonbon. I don't know if you've heard of her. She her other half. And
Doesn't ring a bell, the name.
She is fiery. You say it doesn't ring a bell, Jess?
Hmm?
Give me a deception check. At advantage, because he's drunk.
I'm going to say we're 19, but... So, 19.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, well, yeah, she's one of the sweet shop mercs. You want to stay away from them, not lunatics.
Is her other half dead then?
Cherries, yeah, she went off the chain. Their gaffer Imperial, there's a rumour that she's proper fallen out with the... she's going rogue, apparently. It's all going up in the air.
Am I in earshot of this conversation?
You are in a workshop, mate.
Well, I was saying, so I don't hear any of this. So
You are essentially out.
That's fine.
So, okay. So what's your interest in there, or is it just the order?
We're just fulfilling an order. Bison paid big. Hope he paid you as well.
Yeah, he paid us.
Yeah.
Would have
Well,
liked to maybe come out of that a little bit better.
Well, how much did he pay you?
He paid us for the job that we were expecting. It was more the situation with the guns that ended up costing us.
Why?
Well, when we realised what he had, we figured it'd be best to take him off his hands. And then
So you bought the guns?
Well, yeah.
Well, where are they now? They're, that's a big win for us against the 16k.
We moved them on.
You moved them on?
Yeah. Well, we bought them to get rid of them because we thought, we didn't think you'd want them. We thought you'd want them, out of any connection to you guys, to avoid the 16k knowing that you had a hand in this. So we ditched them.
Well, smart moves. So what's crack now? Should I be worried?
Well, I don't think so. I suspect there's some pretty heavy stuff's going to go down between the sweet shop and Bison, though, or at least between, well, from what you said, what is Cherry Bonbon and Bison? Bison couldn't shut up about the sweet shop when we were there.
Yeah, they run into each other quite a lot.
Yeah.
He's an arms dealer and he won't always say yes to them.
Interesting. Well, I imagine that's going to kick off then. So I guess we'll probably...
What, as in bullets flying, blood? Who's after him?
Yeah,
Well, if this Cherry Bonbon's after Bison.
Oh, yeah. He takes another swig and he's sort of swaying away on the bar. Well, he might want to let the guys and gals know.
We're we're just going to look to sort of hang low for a little bit, and then see what else is on the agenda for you guys. Anything else we can be doing? Just do a bit of a rest up, chill out.
I radio across to Jean and just ask him, for any chance you can get a list of the sweet shop members?
I'll kind of reply back and go, I'll try and weave it in. Is there anything else we're doing involved in the sweet shop at the moment?
We're not deliberately. Like, we're trying to stay a bit low key after taking Pear Drop out, but yeah, he's dead happy about it. Probably one of the finest moments. I've not been out on the streets for a while. He has another drink.
Yeah, dudes. I'll have like ordered a drink, by the way, just some kind of.
Yeah, I've just assumed this is throughout the evening. You guys are kind of drinking away and just talking to a very drunken Jack.
Right. So, was one slightly weird thing that happened when we were talking to you on the phone earlier. We mentioned it. This guy rocked up, calling himself Chase with his kick-ass mech.
Yeah,
turns out he had some.
I asked around and like no one. Like when you first said, like the only one I could think of that I'd worked with is, and he nods towards Chase. But no one I've spoke to, they don't have a clue who Chase with a mech is.
Well, he reckons. So Bison was saying that. So Bison said to us to try and find him because he said this guy had stolen the mech off him. So we're looking for him. If you know any, if you reckon there's anywhere we can maybe kind of track him down, or any way to.
I'll put some. I'll ask some of the lads. Send out some of the gutter punks that can go potting around. We've got a couple of them pretty nifty with the drones and stuff.
Beautiful.
Nice.
And he keeps drinking. He's probably swaying.
Last space. I'll sort of pass over the address of the last place we saw him.
Nice one. Johnson. Some bloke comes up. His hair's tied back, sort of running his hair through his tan. He's got a pull cue in his hand. Yeah. Go check this address out. See if you can find. What's it called? Chase.
That's the name he gave us.
Cool. Some freelancer running around. So he's got a mech apparently. Is it a mech? Did you say a mech?
He had a mech. He's got a cybernetic arm as well, and I think one of them like swords that's only got a handle until you start using it.
The phase stuff. Johnson sort of shrugs. Yeah, I'll have a look, boss. And he goes back to playing his game of pool. Takes a shot. Grabs a couple of the lads, as in takes a shot at the pool table, not a beverage. Boom. There's about 6 of them all hanging around the table and stuff like this. He takes a shot, he says something to them, and then Johnson and his pals leave the bar. Yeah, they'll have a look. Johnson's a good tracker.
Good stuff. So you got anything particularly urgent?
Yeah, well, a couple of things. We got a bloody starts rubbing his face and stuff. Give me a moment. He goes over to the bar. Tina! This lass comes over and she's dark hair that sort of, it's black one moment and then it sort of changes colour every now and then from like real dark blue back to black, and it goes through every shade of that dark blue to black as it's sort of weaving up and down her hair, and her eyeshadow does exactly the same. What? We got any free jobs going? She's like, all right. Just Jack, you need to stop drinking. You've got business in the morning. He's like, it's fine. She turns the camera off. She turns the camera back on. There we go. Good old Tina. So Tina reaches under the bar. She pulls out these like 4 almost see-through plastic perspex sheets that are very, very perfectly cut, and she gives them over to Jack. And he comes over and he just taps them all, and they all ask for a password. And he starts putting the password in there. Chase, Jean, Alex, because you're now there. Give me a perception check.
8.
Jess? Perception check, mate.
That is a 16.
Cool. Alex?
26.
Cool. So, Jean and Chase, you don't notice the password. Alex, you notice that on tablet 4, the password is nanite. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So we got a couple of stuff. Some of it's a bit high. You know, some of it's higher, low. I don't know what you're kind of after money wise and stuff, but we could do with. I don't know, where do we start? Do you want? What do you want? You want to go? Want to get hair trigger or do a bit of talking for us? What you want to do?
We're good for anything. More money, the better.
Yeah, you got any debt collecting that needs doing?
Aye, we are. Pulls out tablet 2. You want a debt collecting? We got a couple of local, the Master Wongs and a bar. They're not paying up.
Seems easy enough for us, that.
Yeah, it's real easy. I'll give you a couple of K for that, maybe. How many of you is there? I'll give you 5K for it. I mean, it's bottom end stuff. I don't know if you all are involved, but yeah. It's on my to-do list.
It's a bit lowbrow, but I mean, if it's easy,
You
we'll
did
take
ask.
it.
You did ask.
I've
got a-
I'm looking for higher money though. What's gonna impress you enough to make a dent in my wallet?
Fancy a trip to district? No. Give me a persuasion check, John.
That one.
This it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous. You're good people. I don't wanna see you done by. And he moves tablet 4 to the side. How about fancy delivering a wagon for us?
A wagon?
Yeah.
Do we need to worry about what's in it?
I'd worry about if it's highly explosive. Just need it.
Right.
Just need it taking a few miles down the Western Road, Western Highway even. Sorry. If there are Americans watching, you're going to hate my terminology, by the way. So I do apologise.
I mean, sounds straightforward enough. I'm sure there's a catch.
Yeah, it's not our wagon.
Yeah. Whose wagon is it?
It's a 16K wagon,
Okay.
but it's the truck's got some what do you call it? Some graphical stuff going on it, and normally we can hack it and change the the paint job of it, but this is some good, and we're having a bit of trouble at the minute hacking through it, so it'll still look like a 16K truck leaving Sons of Chaos territory. Now, we didn't mean to come by it, and we don't want a lot of our lot knowing we've got it. So whoever drives it out of here probably get targeted by some of our lot, which is why we need a third party. And then when you get towards the 16K lot, because we want you to drop it off, stick around, and then when some of them lot come and pick it up, set it off.
Right.
It's easy, simple. There's a few of the Sons of Chaos sat around him like, what garbage is he talking? Just you've never, Jack's just absolutely munted. You've never seen him this drunk before in the 6 months you've worked for him.
You're right, Jack. You seem to have something else going on.
It's a taste. I don't like peppermint.
You don't like peppermint.
No. Drink tastes of peppermint. Tina's like, you asked for peppermint, and just belts him over the back of head from the bar. Alright. So yeah, what's that? Oh, we've got this third one here. Just assassination.
Oh, now
And then,
that's tricked me.
One of the there's a lass out of the bar in a full leathers and stuff, and she's got a cybernetic eye patch, and there's like bright neon blue lights just spinning around it, and she looks across to Jack, and she's like, Jack dear, it's not assassination, they're just killing a guy. And he's like, well, yeah, they're still getting paid to kill someone, that's assassination. She's like, give it here. And she takes the tablet off him, and she joins you at your table.
Hi, Tina.
Hello. Now,
I do, chick.
So, who's the guy?
don't call me chick. And you see the blue, neon blue lights on her eye patch go red lights.
Ooh.
Yeah. So he's one of the Sons of Chaos, or ex-Sons of Chaos, and we need him taken out. He left, he broke the rules, and now he must be made an example of. We
How much was that pay?
we only need you to kill him if he chooses so. Otherwise, we just want you to remove his ink.
Okay. How much?
100 grand.
And how much for the wagon?
The wagon, and she pulls over the tablet. This is 90. But there seems to be some bonuses here. If you, the more 16k you get, we'll throw up 2k per 16k as maths here. 2k per triad on top of the 90. But this one's a bit daft. I don't know who's authorised this. You've got to drive a wagon that's 16k logos through Sons of Chaos, getting attacked by our lot, not shoot back, then blow it up in the 16k like I don't know. I'll have to look at this one. I mean, by all means, if you want to take it.
I think killing the ex-member is the best one for us.
You
to be honest.
only kill him if he chooses death.
Oh, it's just take
Otherwise,
his ink off.
just take his ink off.
Yeah.
Word of
think that's the
warning:
best one.
his ink is old school, so it'll need manually removing.
Understood. Yeah. Okay. We'll let you figure out what's going on with the wagon, and we'll have a kit. And then
Yeah, ask me about
we'll
it again
find
in the
it.
morning, and we'll see about it.
Should we come by first thing, or is there a better time to come by?
First thing, I'll be up probably after, because Jack's definitely going to be sleeping this off.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. Fair dude. I'll kind of look around at Alex and Chase. Shall we go and rest up, or anything more you want to?
Well, I did message the Cybermaster privately when the tablet 4 was put down to see if I could sleight of hand check it, but I don't think he's seen them.
I don't check messages while cybermastering.
Fair enough. I didn't want to interrupt your narrative flow.
What were you? What were you trying to do?
To sleight of hand tablet 4.
What, as in actually take it?
Yeah, after he put it down and he started talking, and then other people came over and the conversation went on to other things, I wanted to swipe tablet 4.
I will say in this instance, you missed your chance. Because, yeah, just bring it up to me. Yeah, cool. I don't check those sort of messages. Okay. So, yes. What was I going to say? You've ruined everything. It is now.
See, this is why I didn't want to interrupt you.
God damn it, Alex.
As you looked at it, Alex, you thought better of swiping it, as it was close on the table and too many people were. It was passing too many hands, we'll say. So, yes. It is the evening-esque. It's pushing midnight by the time you've sat, talked, had a drink with Jack, discussed the sweet shop and other things, gone through jobs, possible or weird. Sparks, you spent your evening and you managed to. You were trying to reverse engineer it and find out the ins and outs of it, yeah? So
I have an ongoing project that any information based on the any TB droid tech that I can maybe implement in my own project is what I'm looking to gain from this.
okay, so what were your robotics check? Wait, 22?
2022.
Yeah. So,
Mainly looking at the portability, the whole, maybe not something as big as a droid shrinking down, but making a robot that is base components that could shrink into a smaller form for storage, transport.
you reckon, because you don't have access to the actual material that was used, you reckon you could make a mech that once open was about 3 foot high and could roll up to the size of a basketball? But that's more mechanical, like you could make it.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm thinking more of something like a frisbee size, or even if it's thicker, like a chunky frisbee.
As in,
That
like
then-
thick like a cake, or big,
Yeah. Thick think.
like a hockey puck.
Yeah, but bigger.
Yeah.
So the idea is I'm looking at making a single rotor droid, and then I just basically can store it in a smaller version, take it out, throw it, and it pops into its little flyy droid form.
You reckon 22 will tell you it can be achieved because you've seen it happen now 10 times. You've got 6 of them in front of you. It will take you time, of which length you do not know accurately.
Sure.
But you reckon if you tear apart those 6 TB mechs and put the bits that you need back together, you could
Like
get
them hinges, for example.
yeah,
like
you
take the
could
hinges
get
out.
close to what you're after, but it will take time.
That's fine.
So what we will do going forwards is there'll be a roll every now and then where you choose to work on it, and that roll will determine how far along the design
So
process
I've already got some of the work done back at the workshop. It's just then
add
up
into
until
it. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So, are you all long resting for the night?
I think so.
Cool. As the night passes, Sparks, you start yawning. You've spent a lot of time focusing on very small bits, and you get your head down. Alex, Chase, you either stay up longer and down power for 4 hours, or you get up earlier but down power for 4 hours. It's entirely up to yourselves.
Yeah, I will stay up later in the bar drinking, just having a time, and then just go to bed later on.
Cool. Alex, are you up
I'm gonna
early or
go-
bed late?
I'm going to get up early.
Cool. Jean, you do your normal regular Joe human thing and you go to sleep. You all have a long rest, so if you were down hit points, special cyber powers, they have all returned, and as far as the morning is concerned, you are fully energized. Alex, did you want to do anything during your early up?
Only have a look around the bar, see who's around, what's around.
Are you going to try and nick tablet 4?
If it's out and about and no one's looking at it, yeah.
It is not. It's not just out and about. You'd have to make an investigative roll and a. Yeah, just do an investigation roll.
$19.
Cool. So there are 2 blokes behind the bar, in their leathers, beards. They kind of just fit the aesthetic around and stick out, and they're sort of moving around, cleaning up and getting the bar ready for when the hooligans wake up at 9 PM and start boozing again. And you notice that there is, just under the bar, near where you're stood, it sort of corners off, and at that corner bit, as you look down, you can see the little stack of tablets and the one that is the one you're looking for. Do you want to try and have it?
Yeah, if these burly guys aren't looking.
Sleight of hand?
$22.
Cool. So one of them absolutely oblivious. He's just makes his way down to the other side of the bar. He's just wiping the. It's kind of weird because he's wiping the bar out of habit, because the bar itself is almost like it's self-cleaning. So you can see it sort of light up ye olde Knight Rider, woo, 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 and just evaporate any liquid that's on there. But he's just wiping it out of habit. It's almost like he's trying to quit smoking, and this is his way of dealing with it. So The other bloke, bit older, kind of looks across to you, pauses, gives you a nod, goes back to moving the bottles around and getting the glasses ready and stuff. And you manage to just like nod back, and as he turns, just lean back to sitting, and you've managed to take the tablet from the pile.
Awesome. Well, I'll sit it in my lap, punch the password in, and see what's.
Did you make a note of the password?
On the other job. Nanite.
Good lad. There we go. You see, kids, you can learn from Alex. So you input nanite, and it brings up a very basic filing system. The folder that brings you up, the little image of a folder, says nanite on it, and it is a simple case of just tapping and it goes to the next page, next page. It's a very basic format of briefing, essentially.
Who would have guessed with 2185 and it's just a Palm Pilot?
It's just Windows. It's a Chromebook is what you picked up. So you could get on the Nano Net if you so wished. So,
no.
Give me a moment and I will bring up the
secret mission number 4.
Secret mission number 4. So, well, left it. Right, cool. So in District 3, yep, there is a VIP. When you tap the letters VIP, it just flashes red. There's no available information on this tablet about the VIP.
You said District 3, yeah?
District 3, yes. So this is the information you take rather than word for word. There's a VIP in District 3, yeah, that is not tied to a corporation or criminal entity, but they are still a very important person. They have knowledge of, and it says this, either they have the knowledge themselves or the whereabouts of the knowledge of some new weaponry, armour, gun, travel system. Like there's a list of words that it could possibly be. There's just this VIP is aware of some new technology that the rumours are saying across all contacts that the Sons of Chaos have put out there, nobody has a clue what this tech is. But this VIP, which there is no information on this tablet, has this information, has the knowledge of this tech, and the Sons of Chaos obviously want it. It is 1 million one longs. 2, travel to District 3. Either retrieve the knowledge or retrieve the VIP. And it, yeah. Camera keeps going out of focus, that is annoying. So yes, it doesn't take you too long to just scan through and put it back. You, I'm assuming, lock it up, Windows L, and put it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then put it back when they're not paying attention.
Cool. You easily, knowing, like watching them walk and pattern, and he's moving that, he's doing that, and you put it back under. As you put it back under, you start getting the early risers. Some of these Sons of Chaos turn out that they're synths as well, and they're the ones that are getting up with a few of the gutter punks. There's a couple of folk that you recognise as Badlanders that prefer the darkness of the morning. Are not a fan of the midday light. Not that there's much of it in District 5, but yeah. So there is a mix of folk getting up now, and they're not immediately on the booze. You can see that they're going about. Some of them are doing a lot more, like admin things of just checking their bikes. They're going outside, checking their bikes out front, or they've just got a small engineering element entity in front of them, like something off an engine that they are tinkering with, and just. It's real hands-on, there's no tech involved as they're just getting old school on some of the bits they're working on and pissing about with. And unless you do anything, your compadres will join you for breakfast.
Oh, I've got nothing else I need to do.
Cool, breakfast comes, you are all sat at the table. Alex has discovered a job on a tablet. You are awaiting a conversation regarding the 16k truck and the possible ex-Sons of Chaos member that needs to die if they so choose, or have their ink removed manually. Sparks has managed to work out that he can indeed replicate the TB mechs, but will need time and have to put his own twist on it, and is chasing that dream. Jake has sharpened his monoswords and joined you for breakfast.
They're now less than a single molecule thinner. They're
Yes.
half a molecule thin.
3, 2, 1, you're at breakfast.
So,
Successful
go.
meeting last night. How'd that go?
well, we got a little bit more information. Not a lot. He sent some guys out to try and track down this other chase for us, which is good. They're trying. It looks like the Sons of Chaos are trying to stay neutral in respect of what's going on with the sweet shop. But I don't know. I'm not convinced. And John kind of looks at Alex, aware of what Alex has told him about Humbug. I'm not convinced that that's necessarily true.
Who was the guy Chase killed in the brothel?
The sweet man.
Yeah.
Was he the handler for the sweet shop?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we know what? We know a Cherry, Humbug, and this sweet guy used to be the...
And
Pear Drop as well, which was Cherry's partner, and
as
the
well as
one that was-
Humbug.
We know that Sons of Chaos are responsible for Pear Drop dying.
I know
Jack did say that Imperial is the gaffer
Yeah.
of the sweet shop.
What's a gaffer mean, AD?
For those folk that don't know what a gaffer means, it means the boss.
Ah,
Translate into Northern English for everyone.
I was
The
cool with
state-
that. I was happy with that. I think we should stick with Gaffer.
From the state of Leeds.
so some of us are a bit more south than others, so don't understand what a gaffer is other than some kind of tape.
He's the geezer, innit?
The geezer, mate. He's the geezer. The gaffer, the head honcho, mate.
He's the cream of the crop.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Beautiful. That's what you're doing, kids. Bacon and eggs. Bacon
we end up-
and eggs.
Oh yeah, bacon and eggs, definitely bacon and eggs.
They
You got
come
your
in
work?
bright blue and bright pinks.
It's still showing down, man. It still smells like bacon. I'm having.
Yeah.
Did you guys manage to
Bring
pick
it
up any
on.
more work for us?
We've got a couple of jobs, yeah. Potential jobs. We've got another one. Tina's just going to come back to us on in a little bit because she said it sounded a bit weird.
While we're eating breakfast, can I go on the equivalent of like Google News or whatever, like the general news website or whatever the news would be at the time, and can I see if there's any mention of something out of the ordinary happening in District 5, around the subway station area that we were, where Bison is?
There is absolutely no reporting on the tinters of anything that goes on in District 5.
Alright, no worries. Shot in the dark. Alright, never mind.
So, job-wise, there's a debt collector type job which only pays like 5k.
It's pennies for us, isn't it?
There's a job that involves an ex-Sons of Chaos member that needs his ink removed, or if he chooses, death. Another one with
What's that pay?
100k. Sounds quite an easy job. Or there's
Yeah.
a more awkward mission
Alex is about to mic drop.
that involves us driving a 16k vehicle from the Sons of Chaos territory into the 16k territory and effectively blow it up. And there's a bonus for every 16k member that we blow up in that of 2k and plus on top of the 90k pay.
I mean,
That's the one Tina's coming back to us.
five grand for the. If I wanted to make $5,000, I'd still be selling dodgy augments out the back of the shop. Like that's pennies for us. For the rogue gang member thing seems very straightforward, but again, do we want to be chasing pennies?
100k? It's not pennies.
Look round to make sure there's no one else nearby.
I'm not
us.
overly enamoured with the idea of pissing off the entire 16k if I can help it.
And that also goes into the fact of we get an extra bonus of 2k per member we kill in the blast, but it's not necessarily going to mean we're going to get.
Let's just forget about that one right now. Because
at least we agree on that.
Tina thinks that one's fucked up anyway. It's stupid. It just sounds like we're getting shot on both ends.
Yeah, seems a little bit.
There was another job
statement.
there was another job that Jack was like, "Nah, he don't want to see us do it because he likes us too much." Effectively, so we didn't ask about it.
I am aware of what the fourth job is.
Turn to Alex. Oh,
someone's been busy, have they?
I'll just check around once again to see and make sure no one is
Give
close
me a
by.
perception check.
Ah, there it is. That'd be a 10 in total because I rolled a 2.
I will pull out a small little device, put it on the table, hit the button on the top, and silence all the comms in 90 foot.
90 feet or 20 feet?
Let me check.
The range.
90 foot. It might be a 90 foot range to do a 20. Yeah, it's 20 foot area. So where our table is basically.
Yeah, cool. Alex, you don't see anyone leaning in?
The fourth mission involves a unspecified VIP in District 3. They're not tied to currently any corp or criminal entity. The rumour news is that they are aware of, or at least no knowledge of, a new form of technology, either gun, car, transport, or person, or synth unknown. There is no more information than this. The mission is to travel to District 3 and either retrieve the knowledge or the VIP themselves. Do you wish to know what the pay is?
I mean, yeah.
No, on a second, that sounds like a Hail Mary.
What, the truck isn't? Unless it's paying.
Well, we're not going anywhere near the truck.
Unless it's paying more. Unless it's paying more than the truck.
We've got another job as well. There's the Sons of Chaos guy. The guy that's tried to lead the Sons of Chaos, right? We can take care of that. That's a nice, middle of the road.
I'm not here to get shot at and cause problem. I'm here to make a living for myself and something to keep me going. I'm here for the money. How much is it worth, Alex?
1 million wong.
Come again?
1 million wong.
Jesus.
Choke on my drink when he says that.
As you said, Jesus, a bloke at the bar says, "What?"
Sorry, not you.
Right.
Another Jesus.
Just carries on drinking.
Not Jesus.
Does it give us a location, a name, anything to go off? Or is it...
I'll stare blankly back at him. Did I stutter? Would you like me to repeat it again?
It does stutter. Alex has got sass, bitch.
I mean,
Like,
the money's good, don't get me wrong, but we need a starting point on that. You can't just wander into District 3 and go, anyone knows someone who might know something about tech.
Like I say, it's a Hail Mary. Why don't we go do this local job? We get a little bit more in. Maybe then we can find out about the bigger job a little bit more legitimately, and we'll get more information.
That sounds fair.
Yeah, I'm going to say I think that's a bit out of our league at the moment.
That was all of the information that they retained.
Do we know if this ex-gang members... Do we know if this ex-gang member's re-affiliated with anyone else?
Well,
we
don't
can
know
wait.
yet.
we're gonna have to.
Is he going to be on his own, or is he going to be balls deep in 16k trials?
Well, we said we'd wait till the morning to discuss it, so...
We can ask Tina or Jack when he turns up. I think we should ask Tina. I'm not convinced Jack's turned up anytime soon.
Rough night, was it?
He was in a state.
Oh, jeez.
Well, apparently he had something to take care of this morning, but whether he makes it to that meeting or not, I don't know.
I don't know if this is to draw alarm or not, but he was drinking peppermint, which is apparently is unusual what the barmaid was going off for.
Plenty of drinks and a seedy peppermint.
But he was saying he didn't like it, and she said that you asked for it, but I don't know. Peppermint Sweet Shop, keeping this quiet. I don't know if there's a link, but
I mean,
Fuck.
Question to the unit known as Chase. Do you jump to conclusions often, or is it just a regular occurrence so
There's
far?
an eruption of straws everywhere.
it's not. Is it worth just checking in on Jack? Make sure he's all right, just for peace of mind.
you know, it was
Is
just
Tina,
base-
is Tina
base-
around yet?
Based on what's
Tina's not
happened to
around,
us in the
is it?
last, based on what's happened to us the last 2 days, stranger things have happened.
exactly. It's just a
fair
thought.
fair shout, maybe. I mean, it's you know, it's reaching, but
Anyway, listen.
I was also there was one other thing that was a little bit surprising about the conversation, and that is when I explicitly asked about whether or not the Sons of Chaos had any action about going on with the sweet shop, and I look at Alex when I'm saying this, he said no.
Alex stares back.
Alex stares back.
It's not. Makes sense, I guess. Would you, if I'm hiring someone, if I'm hiring 2 different people to do 2 different things, they need to know about each other?
I was sat next to him at the time, and I pointed at Alex.
You said it was shit face, though, didn't you?
Yeah, but it seems a little bit odd that he didn't
Tell you what.
mention it.
If we're looking at having this chat in the morning with everyone, why don't we go wake that lazy so-and-so up and drag his arse in here and we can see what's going on? A, see if he's alright so Chase can stop having kittens, and B, we can ask him a couple of questions about any of the work they've got going on and take it from there.
Well, I mean, happy to go and check on him. I mean, I just said we just wait for Tina, see what she says, and then take it from there.
Yeah, I've waited for Tina, but I don't think it's wise going literally to wake the head of the Sons of Chaos up.
He's not
Because
the
if he wants his,
Similar name, not same guy.
Yeah.
is our handler. He's here to deal with shit. If we've got stuff to be going on, he's the one who needs to deal with it, drunk, hungover or not. And I'll head off to wherever Jack's sleeping.
Cool, does anyone go with him?
Nope.
Cool.
No, I'll
Sparks.
sleep in breakfast.
You,
I'll message privately to Jean. 5 credits says he gets punched.
John, you don't get that message. And Alex,
I'll,
your message don't get sent
Indeed.
for the next 50 minutes.
Yeah, 50 minutes or they leave that 20-foot space.
So, Sparks, you bugger off to where the sleeping areas are. Ask around. You knock on Jack's door. No answer.
I'll try the door.
It opens.
Wait, Jack, get up, you lazy.
As you walk in, this is
Explicit.
probably the best looking room in the building you've seen so far. It's all very nicely done. There's some very nice tech in there. Everything seems to be automated. It's a self-contained room. There is a bathroom shower area just off to the left. There is a double bed that sort of you've seen them before. Zip into the wall to give you more space in the room. And
Okay.
no sign of Jack.
Jack, you in here?
No response.
God damn it. I'll leave and just...
As you walk back
Is there any-
out into the corridor, you see Tina walking towards you. Her eye patch was in blue, and it's going
Yeah,
shades
Tina.
of pink and oranges. Morning. You,
Morning. You haven't seen-
you spend the night with Jack?
He wishes. You haven't seen him, have you?
Not this morning. He shouldn't be in his room. He's got gang stuff to do this morning.
Have you seen him this morning?
I haven't. He shouldn't be in his room. He's got gang stuff to do. Did I stutter?
well-
I mean,
One of the lads was saying he was acting a bit weird last night. Just wanted to...
yeah, he was drunk.
Rest
He
his
don't
ner-
normally get drunk. He'll be nerves. He's got a. I can't tell you, not gang, but yeah, he's got some stuff on this morning, so don't worry about it. Can I help you with anything?
Yeah, we've got a few questions. Apparently, the rest of the crew were asking about the couple of jobs you had going. Just wanted to see if you got a bit more information, see if we can get us a couple of contracts finalised.
Are they all up?
Yeah, they're down there for breakfast.
Come on then, you can buy me breakfast. And she just walks past you. Excuse
I'll
me,
follow her
excuse
into the. I'll follow him in and. Jean, another breakfast on your tab.
me. So,
Sorry, my tab.
Did I stutter?
oh! 3 in a row, kids. 3 in a row. So, Tina looks at you all stuttering, and then you all sit down. Breakfast gets brought over, you're all having a munch. We sleep alright? How we doing? What's up? Spark says you want a bit more information. I can tell you, John, that ignore the truck, it's not happening.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that. It sounded a bit.
I think we all agreed on that one. We're not doing that.
We have got a 16k truck and we can't change the colours of it, but I ain't sending people driving through our territory into their territory just with a massive bullseye on the head.
Seems sensible.
We came to the same conclusion.
She looks at Chase, shocked.
Chase, also you can rest your nerves, you've got nothing to worry about. Jack's off doing gang stuff this morning, apparently. He's alright.
Why were you worried about Jack?
After that big lad at the end there.
Why are you worried about Jack, Chase?
Yeah, just a couple of things that he was saying seemed a bit unusual. Just wanted to make sure I were alright, that's all.
Like what?
Yeah, it was ordering drinks that he didn't normally drink and saying he didn't like it, or it
You
was
never
like,
tried no drinks?
no, let's stick to what I like.
Ron Sermon must be from north of England. So, yeah, he's drunk it before. It's just when he drinks it, it sends him over the edge. He's normally clean, dry, whatever the kids call it these days.
Yeah, as long as he's alright, that's all that matters.
She just puts her boots up on the table and sits back. So what can I help you with?
I'll check out her legs.
She's athletic. Like Chase is athletic.
Okay.
Like she thick.
This ex-Sons of Chaos guy.
Yep.
You know where he is?
Yeah, but he's not far from here, to be fair. He's right on the edge of our territory. He's requested we leave him be, but that's not how we work.
Is he
don't
running with
leave the Sons of Chaos.
Is he running with a new crew at all?
He wasn't the last time we checked, but he's still carrying our ink. If he's out, he's out. He had the chance to remove it, he did not.
How long ago with this?
Oh, about 2 weeks. He's had plenty of time to get rid of it himself.
Any loyalty still within the gang? Anyone he still runs with?
If anyone's loyal to him, execute him.
Easy enough. I'm in. Well, I'm in. I don't know about these guys, but
She just pats you on the shoulder, Chess. We know, Chess.
Considering the last couple of days we've had, I think tracking down our next gang member for a bit of decent payday doesn't seem like too much of a stretch. And I'll look at the 3 larger, more proficient, violent types.
As you whip out your Kindle.
It seemed like the best option of the things to go for. Seemed more up our alley.
I mean, we've got this
Definitely.
one. That's District 3, big money. I don't know if Jack told you about that, which he shows you tablet 4. You see it?
What's that one?
How'd you cry in synth?
There's a large Alex fingerprint on it. Yeah, this it's big money though. So it's $1 million. She opens up $1 million longs.
Jack said he thought it was a bit risky for us. He didn't want to put us in harm's way.
That's a bit soft though, isn't it, Jack? Drunk on peppermint, crying out loud.
Well, what's colour is interested with those sort of one longs? What we're talking?
Watch the stick.
There's a VIP in District 3. Apparently there's some new tech out there. We don't know what it is. Could be a weapon. It could be an engine for a bus for all we know. But this VIP either knows the location of it or is it. But they definitely are key to that knowledge. And
Do you know more about him or them?
not off the tablet, but I can find out. We don't give the information out till you're locked at the job. To be fair, you might go freelance, and where would that leave us? She looks at Chase.
Which end of the territory? Which end of the territory is this ex-gang member? Maybe we can sort that out on our way to District 3.
He's at the southern end.
Oh, so yes.
He's right on the edge of ours and the Diablos.
Tina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sparks.
You say Jack You say Jack's been busy the last couple of days, yeah? His
That's
mind's
coming
been all
along,
over
that,
the
isn't it?
place.
Yeah. She sort of strokes your chin.
It's first effort. Late bloomer.
So what were you saying about Jack?
You say his mind's been wandering the last couple of days, yeah? He's been busy with gang stuff.
Yeah.
Has anyone else been handing contracts out or anything sort of out the office? He's still been handling all of it?
You've got Jonesy, you've got Stotty. They've been sorting stuff out. They handle a few of the internals. Jonesy deals with some of the similar to yourselves. Cyberpunks, whatever you call yourselves.
You been here out front last couple of days?
Yeah, every now and then I stick a shift behind the bar.
You don't suppose you've had any big synth guys, cybernetic arm, carrying a vibro sword come in the last couple of days, have you?
Let's find out. I mean, she give it a best effort.
She punches me in the face.
Augments not so much. I mean, they're pretty illegal, and we don't mind dealing in them, but having them walking around our bar. I mean, I get that we're District 5, but we reach higher than that, and I don't want no bad rep coming down here.
Might stand out to you. Same name as our fella here. Went by Chase as well. Can't be too many chases.
Jack was asking around about that. See if any of us had worked with any chases, and no, other than yours. I mean, he's quite unique.
Fair, no worries.
Little punch in the arm.
Don't suppose Johnson's come back yet, has he?
Johnson?
Yeah.
Why? Where did he go?
Jack just sent him to check something out for us last night. See whether or not he could maybe get a beat on this guy.
No, I've not seen him.
No worries, that's cool. If he comes in and there's any information, could you get him or Jack to give us a buzz?
Yeah, no worries.
So do you mind if we take both these contracts then?
I don't mind you taking both contracts. It just means you'll be bound to both contracts. If you balls one of them up, you'll be responsible.
I'd rather take one at a time.
I don't know.
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah,
I think the
Sparks. Where's the fun in that?
Well, have we had fun the last couple of days?
I have.
I have. Fun.
And she looks across to Jesus and winks.
I should have stuck to selling augments. Ugh.
Coulda, woulda.
No, don't be like that, Sparks. You've got some skills, haven't you?
You ain't getting grenades thrown at me.
I didn't get from at you.
You can take all the jobs if you want. Obviously, don't take the piss and take months and months when need shit doing.
Let's take these two. You can. I'm sure there's some up and comers.
You sure?
Can take the
Come on, Tina. You can't expect us to look at $1 million on contract without any information at all. Like
I can't. It's $1 million.
She's going to give us some more information if we take the contract.
And then we're bound to it. Like we don't know if it's going to.
This is how it works, Sparks. I give you the information. You've got to freelance or tell another gang. Then we got to send the Sons after you, or I've got to hire another third party to come after you because you've done us over. Or because you work for us already, you accept the contract out of trust because we've looked after you, Sparks. Didn't you just use our workshop last night? Been using our tools for free for what, 6 months now? Look at Jean's arm; it's been polished every night. Chase, we don't talk about Chase. He's got all sorts of stuff going on. And Alex smiled at least once while he's been here in 6 months.
Fair.
You ain't getting a deal like that over at Diablos, you know what I mean?
Fair. It's also not just my arm that's been getting polished either, so you know. That's.
Looks back at Jesus. Jesus winks back.
Sparks just doesn't get the reference.
He's never used polish in his life.
They have been attempting to teach this unit how to use sarcasm. So far, I think it is going poorly.
I'm just going to set a grenade.
We'll take the contract.
Which one?
All three.
Whoa.
All three.
We're not doing.
You don't want the truck, Sparks. Trust me. In fact, I'm taking it off the table. You're not having the truck.
And we're not doing the cash collection. You can find some up and comers for that.
I don't even know why Jack's got the cash collecting in the file.
Chase needs to practice.
We'll just send some of our lads. A couple of lasses.
I mean, maybe yeah, exactly. There you go. So we'll do the other two. We'll take care of the ex-Sons of Chaos guy first on our way to District 3.
Well, if you're going to do it on the way, I need photographic evidence that either he's dead because he chose it, so record him saying so, because we like to do things proper around it, or I want you a video removing his ink.
Fine.
Cool. And then we'll consider that done, and I'll wire you the money through, and you can just crack on. You sure you want this VIP one?
I think, honestly, I do think that's a bit too high for us at the moment. We are not geared for this.
She's got the tablet in front of her just held out, and it's now like facing yourselves.
Spoken like an
I'll hand out. I'll put my hand out and grab the tablet. And
good man.
She cool. So if you give it here, she just
Chase,
leans.
You could learn a lot from Jean.
She leans over Jean, so she's like almost resting her head on your shoulder, and she's tapping away. She smells of peppermint, like she's got an aroma of it, and she presses a couple of options on the tablet, and you can see 5 what you know to be fingerprint blocks. And you've seen it done before. You've probably had it done in some of the other missions you did, especially when you first started with the Suns. You press your thumb against it, it reads you, and you are committed to the contract. So there you go, lads.
You guys,
I kind of before she kind of leans back away. I'm like, oh, that was nice.
Give me a people roll.
8.
Cool. Jesus Christ, John. Just stick to healing people, will you? So you said
it was a good. Hey, look, that's my best stat. That was a shit roll.
She was. You say that's nice, and she ruffles your hair. Oh, and then goes round the rest of you to put your thumbprint. Do you all put your thumbprints on? Yes or no? Jean, yes. Do you put your thumbprint?
Oh yeah, I'm straight in there. I'm paying more attention to her than I am to the pen.
Jake has said yes. Ian can deal with it. Sparks.
Yep.
Alex. Cool. She doesn't ask you for thumbprints on the ex-gang member. It's now 11 o'clock, kids, and I'm going to call the session there. You've got 2 new contracts. You've left Bison and Cherry to fight it out. You avoided an encounter that's given you enough experience to take level 4. Alright?
Oh, wow.
Level 4?
3. Level 3. Level 3.
No, don't backsneeze.
Right, get that.
It's on
video. We'll edit that out on the live stream.
DM, I will need to chat to you in private about leveling to 3. That's cool.
That's fine. So you all level to 3. Yep. So well done on that. Cherry and Bison are fighting stuff out. You left whatever were going on over there to itself, and you will listen on the grapevine how that turned out. You have gone back to the Sons of Chaos. You are not dead. You avoided a firefight with either a very easy target or a very powerful target. Who knows? And you got yourself some TB mechs, aka tennis ball mechs. Copyrighted. It's going to be a t-shirt one day. Watch this space. And we will
Wimbledon will never be the same again.
We will pick up next week, next Thursday, from 8 PM BST or GMT, depending on how you interpret the UK time.
3 PM EST, 12 PM PST.
Cool. Thanks, John. Roll the dice. You have missions. 1 to deal with an ex-gang member, 1 to go deal with a VIP that's giving you 1 million one-longs. So that could be really cool in District 3. So who knows? We might go and get to see some cool stuff. Thank you very much for playing, players. James, Rob, Nath, and Niall, thank you very much for watching. Ian, you will probably watch this during your poly time, so have a look at it. If you've got any questions during your time, let me know. Thank you very much to our sponsors, Ruffworx Creative, Sawdust Swear Words, Arcane Script, and Thornless Rose. Amazing. Big thank you to Dragon Turtle Games for sponsoring the stream. Remember, you can go to dragonturtlegames.com, buy their stuff. If you buy it, put the code WAITE, WAITE with a capital W, and you'll get a 10% discount. Thornless Rose and us at Thornless Rose and us at Heavyweight Gaming are doing a giveaway on Twitter. If you go check my pinned post at the heavy_weight, you get the chance to win one of her scroll cases that unroll into a dice tray. They are beautifully laser cut, gorgeous leather, and a pack of her dice to go with it. So jump on there, have a look. If you've liked what you've seen us do tonight, we do other stuff. We do D&D 5e on a Tuesday, Carbon 2185 on a Thursday, and we've just started Pathfinder 2nd Ed on a Saturday. They all go out on the channel. Say hello, leave us likes, watch the YouTube, watch the VODs on our Twitch. Follow us if you can. We're only 25 followers off 200 on Twitch, so thank you very much. I'm pushing for a few more on Facebook, so thank you if you do that. If you don't worry about it. If you do comment, please, and you want to criticise, please be constructive. If you are not constructive when you criticise what we do, I will ignore and delete your comment. But if you want to, be constructive and pass feedback, then please bring it on. We love it. We only want the productions to get better during this madness of the world. Thank you very much. Take care of yourselves. Love you all. Bye bye. It's gravy time.
Bye.
Bye.